You listen to the Kevin Holly Show. You are listening to the Kevin Holly Show. The Kevin Holly Show.
Hi, this is Lisa London, and you are listening to the Kevin Holly Show.
I got the right away. That's all you got to say. I've been thinking about some things I thought I'd never be thinking. Too many drugs dropped into my mouth, looking for something new, but I end up drinking. Ignore the warnings on the shore, I'll take my chance, swim into danger. I wanna taste life more and more, but you need a little risk for a perfect mixture. This is just station under no control, broadcasting for you to let go. This is your station under no control. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, enjoy the show. Hey! I got the right away.
This radio person is the whole problem. Are we going to allow this guy to be heard by anyone who can turn a dial?
I've got a pirate radio station. Nobody knows who he is.
You out there? You listening?
Oh! Somebody! He needs some milk!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kevin Holly Show. Holy crap. I am your wonderful, talented, handsome, very tall, handsome, did I say handsome twice? 3 times. Host. And I'm really excited to be here tonight, everybody. Mainly because I'm not alone. I got Jonny Jones in the studio. What's up, man?
Hey, man, what's going on? Thanks for having me back. Cheers, everybody.
Welcome to the show, Jonny Jones! Woo-hoo! Our newest member.
Right? I'm official. I'm officially back. This is awesome.
You got a blue check mark now.
Dude, I'm verified.
I think you are, dude.
I'm verified.
You're very something.
I'm part of the Instagram now.
Part of the... dude, you're like the Kevin Holly Show Instagram model.
Booyah.
Because you're handsome. I think you're more handsome than me, honestly.
Oh, now stop.
No, I'm pretty sure you are.
Stop it. No, and I gotta say, the goatee's coming in quite nice, man.
You're growing a goatee?
No, yours,
dude.
Thank
you.
Come on.
That's all great.
I can't.
I've seen you on social media with a little bit of gray in your goatee.
And that's why I keep shaving the shit. It's making me have an identity crisis.
Well, you know, the thing with your face, though, is that you have, like, a nice jawline, and you can get away with clean shaven, whereas I have, like, a weak chin, and if I don't have a goatee, I look like a nerd, you know?
You know, man. I mean, I'll be honest, I've never seen you without the goatee.
I'll shave it right now, dude.
Dude, now that would be some radio magic. Just shave Kev's face right now.
I'll tell you what, whoever wins the pyramid game later on.
You get to shave it. I got nothing on my face, and I just got a haircut. So.
You'll have to grow it.
All right, yeah. I'll grow a beard for this. If I lose,
yeah.
I'll grow out a beard. We can shave it on the air.
All right, yeah. Or we could shave something else.
I
don't know. What else you got that's hairy, dude?
I'm like a dolphin, brah.
Are you? You're quite hairless?
I'm rather aerodynamic. I got some, but not too much.
I don't know, man. I've been called hairless before, but that was because I worked at a Greek restaurant where everybody was hairy.
I was going to say you were hairless as compared to. That's not like, it's wrong. I shouldn't.
That's okay. Listen, dude, after what Dave Chappelle just did and what Bill Burr just did.
Oh, man.
Everybody's
so
back.
Amazing.
Yeah, we're back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was going to say, let's do it.
Yeah, comedy is back, man.
When I heard did you hear what Rotten Tomatoes did to Chappelle?
I didn't hear what they did, but I heard there was some negativity.
There's some bullshit. Okay, so they gave him a 0, right?
Okay.
On Rotten Tomatoes, but what they did was that when they didn't make it available to the public first for rating. They just made it available to their people that they chose.
Do they normally open it to the public?
Normally, they just throw it out.
Well,
this time, they gave it a 0, and then the public got a hold of it, and it shot up to 99. And it's like, dude, you guys are punks. First of all, if you were made uncomfortable by the jokes Dave Chappelle told, then you're either part of the problem or you haven't been paying attention. You don't have to laugh. You get up and fucking get out.
Yeah, don't turn the channel then. Yeah.
But don't say, oh, he's terrible. Oh, he's part of the... No, he's not. He's doing what he always has done, and he's making fun of and drawing attention to social like, issues, cultural differences.
Right? Differences, sure.
Some social issues. But the thing is, he's not going in a hateful way.
I was just gonna finish your sentence for you. I'm sorry if I do that too much.
Like what he did with and I'll say it like he did, so as not to spark anybody. You know, but what he did, his bit about the alphabet people.
I didn't see the whole show. I'm not familiar with that.
Kev, you didn't see the alphabet people bit?
No, I did not.
If anybody's listening right now and you saw the alphabet people bit, you can hit us up and I'll talk to you about it because it was awesome. He was masterful. The way he did it, me and my wife were flipping out. We were sitting there watching it, just tripping because I'm a Chappelle fan. I'll say that I am.
Yeah, you do look like him too, so it's hard not to.
It's racist. I don't look a thing like Chappelle. We just both black and big heads. But
I look like Bud Bundy from Married with Children.
You do though? Yeah. Oh shit!
So I'm a big fan. Is that wrong?
I didn't notice it until he said it. But yes,
it's not racist either. You know, I just look like the dude. So
oh my god, dude!
It's not a big deal. I mean, he's not as talented as Chappelle or Jonny Jones.
I don't think I look like Chappelle.
A little bit.
I think I look more like that guy from The West Wing that everybody keeps on confusing me with. The guy from. You remember that show, Psych?
Both shows I've touched on, but
the black guy. But anyways, Chappelle was what he did was like. You watch that special, and if you're into comics or you're into stand-up, you're seeing a dude at the top of his craft.
Yeah.
He's like watching a master swordsman or something. I mean, it was awesome. And Bill Burr, now I haven't finished the whole Bill Burr. I was watching it today. At work, yeah. And I've been a fan of Bill Burr forever.
I love that guy.
And that man is just a killer. I love his point of view.
He's got no holds barred, and when he giggles after his jokes, he's like...
I love hearing him talk about his wife. I love hearing him talk about how angry his wife makes him.
Oh, yeah, dude. I really like how he doesn't care... I mean, I don't know if I could say he doesn't care, but when he does some of his bits, especially the first 10 minutes that I got to, I watched about 25 minutes of it today, but the first 10 minutes of it was unbelievably good. Yeah. He just came out there with, two fists of glory. Yep. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And just talking about, women and himself and comedy in general, and just like, the whole Me Too thing. People are just like, look at me, look at my thing, look at it. Like that's really happening. I don't know.
And those are the guys.
Not to take anything away from.
I'm like, give those guys their money because that's fucking comedy, dude. They're coming out, they're making people laugh, they're killing it, and okay, sure, there's some people that are not liking it and some people that are uncomfortable. That is supposed to happen.
Yeah.
That is, they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. You know what I mean?
They're being polarizing, but at the same time, I feel like both of these performances were the type that a true professional can get away with.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And they can say, well, this is just how it is, or how I feel about it, and if you don't like it, or if you don't think it's funny, the 50,000 people that are here, or the 20,000 people that are here, whatever it was, 10,000, you know what I mean? They liked it. And I'm a firm believer in just change the channel. Yeah. If you don't like it, just change it. That's big deal.
I feel like that's the same way I feel about Facebook. It's like people will stop. It's like Facebook is like walking through a neighborhood, and you're walking down the sidewalk and going about your day, and you've got some place to be.
I know where
you've got some place to be. Now you walking past somebody's house, and they're outside in the front yard talking about something. They're not even talking to you, but you overheard what they said, and so you stopped and started a fight with them about it.
Yeah.
When you weren't even involved. That's Facebook.
And it doesn't even start as a fight. You're like, well, hey, here's my opinion of this.
2 words on Facebook. 2 words that mean there's some bullshit coming afterwards. Well, actually.
Or just saying.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly, dude. And it's like, I think it's just a bunch of proofreaders. Trying to out-ironic one another.
Yeah, right on. Dude, in the chat room, Spicoli says, I hate Facebook. You can't change the channel. Well, what you could do is unfollow people.
I mute so many people. I'm not going to say who because they're still all my friends and shit.
Of course,
but I just don't want to hear what they have.
Or you don't want to start a confrontation with them.
I don't want them. I've had people that would start confrontations with friends of mine. Mm-hmm. And there's a fight, a big old fight with 20 people on the thread, and it's got nothing to do with me, but it's on my page.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So
it's a mess, dude. That's it creates arguments with families, and you know what I mean? It's crazy, dude.
When I do mess with Facebook now, I've stopped a lot. But when I've started coming back on it a lot more now because of what I'm getting into, which I guess we can talk about in a little while, but you know what I'm saying. I wanted to come back and be like, hey, I'm alive, check me out. But it's mostly memes and silliness now because I want no parts of all of this outrage, all of this angriness, I got my own outrage and angriness, you know?
Sure.
And so social media is just a little too crazy for me right now.
What I do with Facebook, dude, is on my personal page, I will filter my newsfeed by unfollowing people. Okay, I've got, I don't know, 4,000 friends on my personal page, most of which I just networked with. I don't really know them personally.
Right.
And that's cool, you know. But I started a group for the Kevin Holly Show, and that's where anything flies as long as it's not hate speech or, you know, attacking somebody's kids or whatever it might be. And that's where all the funny stuff happens because it's a private group and it doesn't show up on anybody's page.
I made a new Facebook friend from the Kevin Holly Fun page.
Who's that?
Mr. Hampton.
Oh, Jeff
Cookie
Hampton.
Monster, what up?
Yeah,
hey,
cool.
yeah, we're buds.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. I like him.
He's
Yeah.
a funny guy, man.
He's been here once. I see him all the time. But yeah, he's a cool dude.
Yeah, man.
Great sense of humor. He's like an octopus.
Yeah.
He's very technologically advanced. We actually have the same exact degree. We went to the same college, tech college.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And so we have a lot in common. And he's the type of guy, like, if you look in his work vehicle, he's got, like, a backup camera that he bought off of, like, Alibaba. You know, he's got a tablet holder, and he's got a tablet on his windshield. He's got, like, all these weird chargers and inverters, and he's charging batteries and tools and stuff while he's driving, and, you know what I mean? And he's got this sign that says, "Beware of octopus." And I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, are you scared of octopus eye? Octopus eyes?
Octopi?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
I am, but yeah, go ahead.
But I figured it out. It's because he's always touching buttons. You know what I mean?
Right.
Beware of the guy that's driving while touching buttons, maybe? I don't know.
Well,
He doesn't text and drive or anything like
you're
that.
unsafe and you're scary now, Jeff.
No. He doesn't text at all, really. Like, he doesn't, like... If he's ever holding a handheld device like a cell phone or something while he's driving, it's because we're stuck in traffic and he's filming an accident scene. You know what I mean? But I've never, ever once, and I ride with him a lot, never once caught him texting while driving. Ever.
Nice.
He doesn't really text, you know?
It's amazing how many people do.
Oh, everywhere. If
like
you
when
look.
I'm driving to work in the mornings, because my windows aren't tinted, and like I look around and most people's windows nowadays are tinted, but sometimes people pull up next to me and I can see in their cars. And they're just not giving a damn. They're driving and texting like they're.
It's unreal, dude.
It's kind of scary, man.
I take Little Road from Newport Richie to basically from the county line to the county line.
Okay.
Twice a day, minimum,
Okay.
just to commute to and from work. Not counting all the times I'm in the work vehicles and driving all over Florida.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, dude. I look. When cars come up to me, I'm a people watcher, you know, and don't mistake me. I'm not like looking for hot chicks. You know what I mean?
You trying to see who's picking their noses?
I love looking at people and seeing like what they're driving, what's in their vehicle. If someone's driving erratically, I want to look and see if they're texting. If someone's if there's a badass car, I want to see who owns it, who's driving that thing. You know what I mean? But you know what I see most often is people texting.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's great, and it's like. Okay, so I'll be full disclosure about it. When I'm in my truck by myself, okay, I do not text and drive, but I text and I check my phone at stop signs.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
But then I put it down.
Just don't fall asleep, you know?
Right, and I don't have a phone mount or anything, because my problem, I think that's unsafe. Even if it's hands-free, having your phone in your line of vision while you're driving, and being able to reach over and do, even though you've got I still think that's really unsafe.
I think that is up to the driver. I mean, if you can just turn the screen off.
If you've got the skill for that, then that's cool. Or you can just reach over and hit it, and you've got it all hooked up, all cool, and you can boop, and you just talk, and then
Yeah, that's the problem, though, Johnny, is that every time I've tried to voice to text while driving, I have to go back and edit it, redo it.
Voice to text.
It's more work.
Voice to text messages on the receiving end are usually a lot funnier because words just get spelled so weird all the time.
That's what I'm saying, though. And then it's like, whoa, I didn't want it to say I wanted to say the system is crashing, and instead it says my sister is ashing or something like that. You know what I mean? And it's like, whoa, you know?
Oh man, yeah,
Doesn't make any sense, man.
I don't know. I think it's really. My problem is that they made it so premium to have the Bluetooth in-car thing. It was so futuristic and so expensive at first, and now it's necessary.
Yeah.
In my opinion, every car, even the shitty new ones, should come standard with a phone hookup so that you can go hands-free and just talk into your car, because now they've made phones necessary. They've made your phone and your computer necessary. So they need to fuse it into your life. Go ahead and fuse it the rest of the way. You know what I mean?
I do. And also on that note, they should, when you turn your windshield wipers on, the headlights should come on. Should be on the same switch. Can't be that hard.
That's true.
It's the law. If you're in Florida, if your windshield wipers are on, your headlights are supposed to be on.
That's the law?
Yeah.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Is that true?
They put it on the Amber Alert signs and everything.
There you go. Oh, by the way, Jonny Jones' other half, the beautiful Brandy, is in the studio hanging out.
Yeah, I brought the ball and chain out of the house.
She can come up and grab a mic anytime.
She doesn't want to grab a mic.
Kind of figured that.
No, you know what? Will you come up here and say into the mic that you don't want to be on the mic so I don't sound like an asshole?
There you go.
Which
that one, yeah. The other
he's
one's
not an asshole. I don't want to be on the mic.
Okay.
I'm here for the beer.
Yeah, she likes to drink. When we first met Stan, when I first stepped into any of this was the day we met Stan, right?
Right.
And me and Stan, we took a picture because me and Stan became like super quick friends right off the bat. And it's like the same as that picture because you got me and Stan in the foreground. And if you look closely in the back, Brandy is like pounding a beer with her eyes closed. So it's
she's like, oh, it's so good.
It's like two handsome dudes and then some drunk chick hanging out. So,
wow,
you
man.
know.
Wow,
story of my life.
Giving you the finger right now behind your back, dude.
It's cool. It's
I'm
cool.
just kidding.
It's what we do. It's love. It's real love, man.
So, something happened yesterday, and I wanted to kind of bring this up. The NRA sued the city of San Francisco.
What?
Yeah, the NRA.
I didn't hear about this.
Okay, the National Rifle Association. They got they sued the city of San Francisco over the declaration that San Francisco made, saying that the NRA is a domestic terrorist organization.
Ooh,
yeah.
Okay, so they were within their rights.
Well, I mean, okay, so by definition, whatever you want to... Okay, by definition, a domestic terrorist organization has parameters that make it what it is.
Right.
Arguably, on either side, so, it could or couldn't be, whatever.
So you're saying that they broke it down by the definition.
Sort of, in sorts. So, but what I found was ironic. In the lawsuit, the NRA noted that the TSA in San Francisco is biased because they've actually frisked more men with guns in their pants than any other city.
So they put their cold, dead hands in people's pants. Pretty
much, all the time. That's how they do it in San Francisco.
For my cold, dead pants. Oh, man. Dude, that's not fair, though. It's San Francisco. You can't. I think that the NRA is within their rights to sue San Francisco if they really said that, because you can't just go around.
So that's a big thing to say. That's like calling somebody a rapist,
especially in this era, in this day and age. To call someone a terrorist or to call an organization that's a big, or that would be like saying that freaking Wendy's is associated with Al Qaeda or something. You know what I mean?
I totally feel it.
It's a big thing to say that about some. And I'm not even necessarily a fan of the NRA
or San Francisco.
You know,
I don't know. I've never been there.
I'm a fan of. I'm a fan of some of what they're about.
I don't like their sports teams. I mean, the Giants can suck it, dude. You know. And the 49ers, I mean, they were cool with Montana and Jerry Rice, but...
No, that was when I actually watched football. I haven't been a sports fan for so long.
Can I confess? I had a 49ers gold and red windbreaker.
Dude, I had a Jerry Rice and a Joe Montana. You remember the NFL buddies, the stuffed animals? Like they were like the plush toys. Mm-hmm. I had Rice and Montana, bro.
I had a whole bunch of those on a little shelf in my bedroom.
No shit.
Kid. Yeah,
dude.
They were like the little football little guys.
And dude, you better not touch them either. When I was a little kid, you better not touch my Rice and Montana, bro.
I'm just dusting them, son.
Oh, man, the freaking 49ers, man. Freaking, you see how many yards Rice got this week?
Get out my room! Get out my room! I'm just cleaning it.
That was I was like 13, 14.
Bro, I was like 7. What the hell were you doing at 14 with that?
No,
toys,
I've always been a collector. I've always been a freak about toys. Like when I was a kid, I used to build my own freaking universe, and my mom would be able to leave me alone for hours in my room and know that I'm not up to any bullshit.
I did the same thing with
Give me action figures. Exactly. I had, and you want to talk about like
E-Man.
My mom she's good now. My mom's like got all the money now, but she didn't always have all the money. My dad, when they got divorced, when he was off with the army, he's overseas and shit, he's sending me all these crazy toys from other countries, all these action figures you can't get in the U.S., and it was just like the coolest thing, and I still collect. It makes my wife angry sometimes. I got lucky because Brandy likes to collect toys too, but I posted about it on my Instagram a lot. Like my desk at work they call it the toy box at work because like you've got all sorts of little collectibles, in box, out of box. I mean, I'm out of control.
What kind of toys you got in your nightstand, bro?
Well, my wife said she didn't want to be on the mic, so we're just not gonna. Yeah.
Stan's in the chat room. I should let everybody know.
Hi, Stan.
Welcome to the show.
I love you, Staniel.
We've got a chat room available if you're listening on Spreaker.com/The Kevin Holly Show or KevinHollyShow.com. Same chat room, same feed here. Interact with us in the chat. We'll talk to you and interact with you. You can also call the show 727-550-7886. That's 727-550-7886.
I suppose I should memorize that.
It's on the whiteboard over there.
Fuck it.
Also, I should probably thank our listeners at the IRN, the Internet Radio Network, IRNBroadcast.com.
Yes, Mike Peter.
There you go.
I love you, man.
IRN,
I love him more,
man. I love him more.
IRN, that's my crew. I wish we had T-shirts. I would rep so hard. I love the IRN Spicoli. I'm not even going to try to name everybody, but every show on the IRN.
TV, we got Open Mic Live. We got the Charles Richardson Show. We've got John LeBang immediately following this program. 11 p.m. tonight.
Glick. What up, Glick?
Glick, I don't think Glick's on the IRN, though.
He's not?
No, he just S's the D of the IRN, I think.
Glick's not. Oh, I'm sorry. Glick, what's up, man?
Spicoli says, why does the board got to be white? Would you prefer a black board?
He's got a point, Kev.
I don't know if he does.
Spicoli, thank you for being a warrior for blackboard rights.
Fucking A, man. So this also happened, Johnny. Hold on a second here. Oh, yeah. This is what I'm talking about. The Coast Guard. They just freed the remaining 4 crew members from that 656-foot long cargo ship that overturned.
Oh, the one that caught on fire.
Yeah, the Golden Ray. They got like 20 or 30 people out of the boat before it started on fire. This is a 656-foot long cargo ship.
Jesus Christ.
It had 4,000 automobiles in it from Korea. Okay.
What started it? Did we know what happened?
Somehow I think the weight shifted and it just capsized.
Shit fucked up.
Yeah. So they actually drilled a 3-inch hole and made contact through the hull of the boat with the crew members.
Okay.
Yeah. And ironically, Mosh did 3 years for making contact with trapped members and drilling 3-inch holes. It was weird, man.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and on top of that, Jonny Jones, you've gone down on a vessel before. It was a ferry.
Oh my God!
And you didn't come up for air for 24 hours either, dude.
Listen,
Thank you. I'm here all day. What? What'd I say?
First of all, people died on that boat.
I'm sorry, man. Nobody died on that boat. Nobody died on the boat.
Wait, nobody died?
Nobody died on the boat. It's free game. I can make gay jokes, fuck jokes, dick jokes.
Fair play. You know what? That boat is dead and gay. Dead gay boat on fire. Take that.
Oh man, it's coming right out of the blowhole, the fire.
No, man, but that's good though if that's true and nobody died because I heard it.
Died.
I kind of I've been shying away from some social media because it depresses me sometimes. So I knew there was a boat accident. I knew a boat caught on fire.
It's a big boat.
That's very cool that nobody died, man. How does Mosh feel about you saying that? Like, I mean, Mosh, what up? Shout out Mosh.
What's up, Mosh?
Shout out Mosh. He's not here
Mosh
tonight.
isn't here tonight, yeah.
But what up, dude? I love you, man.
I think he's got a date with a hot chick or something like that.
So he's doing better than better than you are.
Well, no, I have.
Oh wait, no, you got.
We're good, dude.
We all got hot chicks.
Yeah, you're
we
married.
all got hot chicks.
I've
You're
got a
married
beautiful
and
girlfriend.
Got a hot chick.
4 kids between the 2 of us.
Right.
Yeah.
She's got 2 and you've got 2.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What? All girls?
No, there's one boy in the mix. She's got a son who's 6.
Okay.
And he's cool. He's really cool.
How old is the oldest?
The oldest would be my daughter, 14, freshman.
How young is the youngest girl?
Next one, the youngest would be her daughter at 5. So she's got a 5 and a 6-year-old. I've got an 11 and 14-year-old.
Wow.
Yeah. So
it's an adventure.
Now you've got 2 kids as well, and they're little, right?
Yeah. I have. Check this out, man. I have.
Hold on a second.
Wait a minute. We're gonna need to do some long division. No, I'm just kidding. No, I have. I got 3.
All right.
There are. We'll go from oldest to youngest. My oldest daughter is 6 years old, and her name is Grayson. And she's out of control. She's just like she's a kind of tomboyish, but she's very dramatic girl right now. You know, she's 6.
Wait a minute, Dick Grayson was Robin.
Robin,
yeah.
That had nothing to do with why we named her that.
No,
but
you
yeah.
don't have a bunch of plush
No.
robins in your room, do you?
I might start just bombing her with Robin stuff though, and not even explain it. You'd be like, "Daddy wants you to have this." But yeah, she is just amazing. She lives up in North Carolina right now. Her mom moved up there for a better job,
Cool.
and so she lives up there. I see her all the time. She comes and lives with me some of the year. She's awesome. And then
How old is she again?
6.
6. Okay, cool.
Now in the middle, who's he's slightly in the middle, is my son Hayes.
Hayes.
Now Hayes is that's Haze.
Hayes.
Put it together. His mom and I only could agree on that name. We both like that one. She wanted to name him Hendrix. I thought that was kind of cheesy. And she said,
like it.
she said, "What about Hayes, as in purple?" I was like, "Well, we can't name him purple anything, but Hayes would be kind of dope."
Yeah.
So, he's just a savage. He's my little problem child right now. He's being a 5/6-year-old too, and kind of being a little boy. You know
That's
what I mean?
that's how my girlfriend's son is. You know, he's always falling off when we're walking. Like we were at Adventure Island over the weekend, and I turn around to like you know how you check your mirrors when you're driving like every 10 seconds. I'm doing that, and he's way behind us, walking the other direction, going towards a little kiddie land in there,
Right.
And I'm like, "Oh, what are you doing?"
It's
And,
cool hanging
yeah,
out with kids.
Oh, it is
because
amazing.
I consider myself pretty easygoing and pretty cool to be around, but when I'm alone and in my thoughts, I can be kind of like, just
anxious and
hanging out with the kids. Even when it's a day where you got to maybe, deal with the kids, their perspective on stuff tends to lighten mine up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I got to ask you a question.
Sure.
And I don't mean to skirt off the subject.
No, we still
here.
got one kid to talk about too.
We do. Okay. But so yeah, the final, and that's my little baby. Her name is Delisai. That's a Tagalog word.
I saw her singing on social media.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Adorable.
She is a tiny little savage. Now, out of the 3, Delisai is the most fearless and just the most friendly, and she doesn't care who you are. She loves you. She's walking around with a cast on right now.
Aw.
Because she was playing around trying to be a big kid with her big brother.
Look, dude, it's the Kevin Holly show. You don't have to lie. You wrecked her on like 5 car accidents.
No, I told her to get a job and she refused. Daddy don't play that. But no, she's just, and she's 2, about to be 3. Nice. And she's coming into her little personality.
Yeah.
And her little
That's
personality, she's about to be such a cool little kid. And my whole thing is like, they're all about to be big enough for me to start them in some jiu-jitsu or in some martial arts. I think the one that's going to adjust and take to it the most is the baby. But that's my kids. Listen, let me ask you a question, Kev, because you brought up something.
You should have them all fight each other. Just throwing that.
Well, they're going to have to. At some point, they're going to be in direct physical competition. There can be only one, but I bred them for this purpose. But for now, I'm just going to make them get jobs. But so you took the girl and the younglings to Adventure Island.
Correct, yes.
It's hot outside. Adventure Island is a big water park in Tampa.
Correct. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Everybody knows. Let me ask you a question. You why do you go to water parks?
Okay, now I feel like this question's loaded, okay? And I have to be honest with you, water parks kind of gross me out.
Okay, why is that?
People's boogers in the water.
Okay.
A huge amount of chemicals.
Okay.
Which thankfully, protects us from Hep A and whatever else might be floating around.
Okay.
Hopefully, potentially. That it's keeping us from it, not that potentially it's floating around.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying.
Hopefully there's some Hep A here.
Yeah, really hoping. I've had Hep B and C. I want to bring SARS back. Where's the SARS at in here? Woohoo! Hey, let's get some smoothies, get diarrhea, and give everybody SARS.
What was the disease from Outbreak? Matala? You remember that old movie with the white monkey and Dustin Hoffman?
Yeah, Dustin Hoffman, they got like beekeeper suits on.
Right.
That's going to help, yeah.
There's one white monkey and he's fucking shit up. But no, dude, okay, so we're on the same page because you want to know...
Wait, you didn't ask... let me answer. Why do I take him to the water park?
Yeah.
Well, because it was part of a package with Busch Gardens.
Okay.
So naturally, the water park, it's Florida, it's hot.
It's hot as hell.
The attractions are a lot of the lazy rivers. Honestly, that's the reason why.
Right.
I love the lazy river.
Because you can just chill all day. Yeah, that's true.
You go and drink a couple of $10 beers and then just float around, pass out. I saw like 9 dead people in that lazy river. Dude. All passed
You
out.
ever see on Family Guy where all the fat people are in the lazy river and they clog it up? The guy has to come and knock them out so it keeps on going.
That's exactly how it was, dude. So where are you going with this, man?
Listen, I have not been to a water park, and I used to love water parks. I don't like roller coasters very much. I love water slides. I do. I used to go to Adventure Island a lot. It was at Adventure Island that I stopped going to water parks.
Oh, don't ruin it for me. Why?
Kev, I got to tell you
Come on, man. Don't ruin it for me.
No, because
I got a season
listen,
pass.
No, listen. It ruined it for me, but it opened my eyes, and I was grateful, Kev.
Okay.
All right? Listen,
I don't want to be grateful. I just want to love it.
Listen. I got to tell you.
Lazy river, man. Come on.
Listen. So, like you said, there's a lot of chemicals in the water, and chlorine and all that to shock the germs and keep it, somewhat not toxic. And so when I was a kid, I'm in the wave pool at Adventure Island. Big wave pool. One of the biggest I've seen. Oh, are we having?
Yeah, we're good. I fixed it.
Okay,
sorry.
Like one of the biggest wave pools I've ever seen.
Yeah, been
you know
to
what
a
I'm
wave
saying?
pool.
And you see all these people, and I was in there with my cousin, and I was like, "Oh, it smells so much like bleach in here." He's like, "That's that chlorine," and I was like, "Why do they put so much?" He's like, "They keep the water clean. There's a lot of germs," and I was like, "Well, I mean, there's not that much germs, is it?" And he says to me, He says to me,
"There's 9,428 germs."
He's like, he says, John, and I'm Kev, I'm dead serious. He says, John, is your butthole clean? I said, of course it is. He was like, do you think everybody in here practices the same sort of hygiene as you? Not everybody's a clean person, and even the clean people have buttholes. You're swimming around in butthole soup. It's butthole soup, Kev. It's a bunch of butthole soup. Everybody's got one. There's always, fecal matter all the time. You're swimming around in butthole soup. You're coming down a long plastic slide face first into butthole broth.
And some of those people...
Butt broth. Everybody doesn't keep it clean. You got all these women, guys. Everybody
You got the people that do butt stuff.
There's some people that's their shower.
Yeah, well, there's people that do butt stuff, and then they go to the water park.
Adventure Island.
They're probably doing butt stuff... like in the bathrooms, man. And then what happens? This is what happens.
Now you're talking about Pier 60.
God's gonna have a flame coming out of your butthole. You're going to have a flame coming out of your butthole.
Yeah, swimming in butthole soup.
You're gonna have a flame coming out of your butthole and make hot butthole soup.
So what you do is you go down the fast slides to rinse your butthole, and then go in the wave pool, and everybody's cool.
Dude, at that moment, I looked around and there were so many people because it was summertime, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's so gross." And I finished the day. I was having fun, but the more I thought about it, and then I started reading up on it, and I found out that like even the most pristine butthole has like microscopic fecal matter around it all the time. And I'm like, dude, no, I can't. No, I don't even like public pools anymore, dog.
Dude, what about my pool in my backyard?
I don't want to know about your butthole.
I've got a butthole.
So I can't get in your pool.
You got a butthole? What? We're not going to swim alone.
We are not going to make butthole soup together.
What about the ocean? How many creatures have buttholes in the ocean?
I don't swim in the ocean.
You know
I
what?
love to surf. I love to go to the beach, but I don't really swim and chill in the ocean. It is full of fish butthole.
I think you've got a butthole phobia.
Probably.
I can help you. I can help you with that, dude.
I'm probably afraid of buttholes.
No. I got you, man. I got you. Tonight, you gonna leave this studio?
Like, ladies, it's safe. He's afraid of buttholes. Don't worry about it.
Brandy, is he afraid of buttholes?
No comment.
Yeah, you better not have no comment. You better chill out, right? Yeah, man. Come on, man.
Dude, butthole soup is a great name for a
butthole soup, bro.
It's a great name for a album for a punk band.
No, it's the name of a cover band for the Butthole Surfers.
Oh yeah.
Booyah!
Now we know how they got their name.
Yeah,
they're also
surfing around in butthole soup.
They got butthole soup phobia as well.
We're getting paid to say butthole. If anybody wondering,
no, we're not. Nobody told you we're not getting paid, dude.
Oh,
yeah, sorry. Fuck.
Oh, well,
you'll still come back again, though, right?
Probably not, Kev.
All right.
We had an arrangement.
I'm sorry you thought that.
So what do we got, man? Do we have a guest tonight? Do we have
no, man?
Because I'm not the guest this time. Like I'm in the building. This is awesome.
This is it.
Yeah, man.
We don't need a guest.
I feel good.
Does Scott Ledger need a guest?
I feel like I should have a suit on, like when they had like when the mafia guys they were made man.
Yeah.
I feel like a made man.
No, but I don't want to like they did in Goodfellas where they offed Joe Pesci.
Well, that was kind of messed up how they did him in that movie.
It kind of was, but I mean,
wait, Goodfellas, hold up. Goodfellas was the one where Joe Pesci's like, am I funny to you? You think I'm a clown? I'm here for your amusement?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. How did they take him out in that one?
They told him he was going to be made. He got all excited, and then he went to in a car, and they drove to a house.
Okay.
And they opened the garage, the car pulled in, they get out, they walk inside the house, and there's a plastic Dexter-style killing room.
Okay, right,
and I believe his quote was, "Oh, don't." And then they just, bah, bah, bah.
Yeah, no, there was another movie I forgot, because that's why I got confused.
Casino?
I don't remember if it was Casino or not, but it was like Joe Pesci in the scene where he got killed. He's the one narrating. And as he's talking, they smash his kneecaps with a bat. And he's like, yeah, I wanted to make sure we could make a deal with the guys. And like, and then, and then he falls down and they like beat him to death, him and his brother, and they bury him in a hole. And it's like, yeah, I was shook as a kid, but I used to love some mobster movies.
Yeah, Heat was the gunfight in Heat was awesome.
Oh man,
it's like 15 minutes long.
Heat was that was back in the day when they made like good mobster movies, good cop, bad guy. Do you remember? Okay, because you're in my same realm of age.
Sure.
There's an old movie, and I loved it. I didn't get to see it in theaters because I was too young, but it came out on VHS when VHS was hot.
Snatch Adams.
No, not Snatch Adams.
Okay.
But it was a movie, and this is how old it is, Kev. I'm about to show you how old it is. It starred Billy Crystal and Gregory Hines as buddy cops. It was called Running Scared.
Running Scared, yeah.
That was my favorite movie.
I love that movie.
The back and forth dialogue, that was some buddy cop shit. That was great. It was so good. So good, man.
Didn't they like drive through a hood and somebody spray painted on their unmarked police car and it said unmarked police car on the side?
They were driving the kingpin that they had just arrested. They were driving his car around his block. It was awesome. And Michael McDonald's on the soundtrack. Dude, I mean, come on.
That was a great movie, dude. I like Trucker Rob's in the chat room. We got Standeo,
Trucker Rob,
Nitwit, Spicoli.
What up, guys?
What's happening?
So, dude, and shout out to all those guys. I gotta say, man, Stan especially, but everybody at IRN, everybody around, you know the little scene, the little community we're a part of. Well, you know what I mean.
Don't belittle the little scene.
Well, no, you know what? You know the gigantic scene of amazing people that we belong to.
Calm down, bro.
It's like everybody's been so welcoming, and so forthcoming with information, and
dude,
I appreciate all of you. I'm so glad to be among you guys, and we're totally gonna rock this out. Like it's gonna be 2020. From now until into 2020, dude, it's going to be some of the coolest energy, some of the most fun. I'm excited.
I am as well, dude. And I had a conversation with Mike Peter from the IRN last night, and it went
talking
really well.
Shit, Kev?
Yeah,
talking shit to
a lot.
Mike Peter about me, bro.
I did. Yeah, I was like, we got Jonny Jones on the program now, and he's like, who? No, it was a really cool conversation. Let me just forewarn you. When you have your next conversation with Mike Peter, and he'll readily admit this,
okay,
it's gonna take at least an hour.
No, it did.
Yeah,
it did.
and it will again.
When I talked to him, you go ahead. You go ahead, because I got to tell you about the conversation. It was interesting.
Oh, so for me it was crazy because I left the studio at like 9:05, and I was like literally exactly 20 minutes late leaving the studio, right? And I was scheduled to go for a walk with my older brother, the technical producer Philbert of the show, and I kept texting him like, I'm leaving now, I'll be there in a bit. And then on the way home, I'm like, I gotta call Mike Peter back because we've been playing phone tag for a couple of days. Okay. So I call him back on the Bluetooth in the car, and the conversation spilled into the kitchen at my house, and then my brother's knocking on my door, and my brother's like, I want to talk to Mike Peter, and so it was a really good conversation for like the first 20 minutes, and then it was awkward for like the last 20 minutes because it was me putting it on speaker, Philbert making stupid comments, and I had a couple of beers when I got home. I had one here at the studio, and then I had like two more by the time I got off the phone with him. I slammed one down as I walked in the garage. I grabbed one out of the garage fridge. You know what I mean? It's one of those nights.
Gotta do it.
Yeah.
Gotta do it.
And so anyway, it seemed like I may have been a little loopy whereas Mike Peter was looking forward to a serious conversation.
Stark sober, yeah.
Yeah. Which is odd because normally when I talk to Mike Peter, we're both just yucking it up and laughing. It doesn't matter our levels of sobriety, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I just love the dude. I love talking to him, and I tell him straight up, and he's, like I said, he readily admits it, that I enjoy the hour-long conversation with him. I really look forward to it. It's just hard to schedule it. We both have families and kids,
right?
And it's like, man, you want to talk, you know? So how did your last conversation with Mike go?
I was gonna say it's cool because it is an hour, but it's not an hour of nothing. Like Mike's got cool shit to say, like, you know, Mike, but like
he's so encouraging too.
Yeah, he's awesome. Like, I was gonna say when you announced that I was gonna be on the show, he messaged me and he was like, "So hey, you're gonna be on Kev's show? You're gonna be sitting in?" And I was like, oh, man, I hope he's still cool with everything that, you know, I'm trying to do otherwise. You know what I mean? And he's like, I think it's great. I think it's an amazing idea. And I was so happy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, Mike Peter's down. We're going full speed ahead. Let's go. And, yeah, I was talking to him about how to get the stuff going on that I'm doing. And just, like, technical stuff, you know, because I'm not the most tech-savvy person in the world. Whereas Mike Peter will sit there and he sounds like when he talks about it, it sounds like you're reading a fucking owner's manual. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's
the head of
genius brain.
He's the head of the IT department for I'm not even going to say what, but it's basically a municipality, dude.
Right.
It's like a county, you know?
And that's the thing. He was breaking it down, and I knew what it was already. I mean, I've known Mike before I was, you know, getting down with this, and he's always been cool to me, but when he was telling me about all the stuff and how everything works, I'm like, this dude runs a freaking network for real. Like, it's not a game. Like, he's so legit, and he's a genius. I love talking to him.
You know what I really like the most about him and Kirk Nitwit? These two guys, and you know, it's everybody really, but these two specifically stand out the most. Right. Whenever I've had an issue, and I talked to Mike about this last night, and I can't do a live show. Like during the summer, I had to do a bunch of replays.
Okay.
So, I mean, I did it like every other week. I think I did 2 replays back to back a couple times throughout the summer. So, what was there, like maybe 12 opportunities to do live shows, and like 6 or 7 of them were replays, which is a lot, dude, you know?
Right.
But the reason was because I had my kids. And Kirk from Nitwit.tv would jump in the chat room even though it wasn't a live show. And he'd say, hey, dude, family comes first, man.
Right.
And so he's still tuned in for a minute and said, hey, a couple kind words. Mike Peter, same thing. Instead of getting mad and saying, dude, another replay, it's the IRN, man. Instead, he's like, hey, man, do what you got to do. You know, enjoy those kids, man. Be a dad. You know what I mean?
Well, reality is reality.
Yeah, dude. But that's important because if it doesn't work that way, it's a toxic environment. Because I'm not going to be happy. They're not going to be happy. You're not going to be happy. The listeners aren't going to be happy. But it's all come together. And what I really enjoy, too, is that there's this family atmosphere at the Iron where different shows want to incorporate the other shows. Like, I love sitting in on Open Mic Live. I love sitting in for Smitty on Spicoli TV. That is such an honor, dude. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's
that's huge to me. It's one of the biggest things I've ever done. It really is.
Every time you or Stan and Mike would ask me, like, hey, you want to come on? I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
You don't have anything planned? Probably, but it's fine. I'm coming. You know?
Can I tell you something, dude?
What's up?
One time, Spicoli asked me, hey, can you sit in? Smitty's got to work.
Okay.
You know, Smitty's got like I think he works for like the transit division in Tampa or something like that. Okay. And when stuff happens, he gets dispatched. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So there's, you know, times, and his daughter's a cheerleader for the Bucks. So he
like legit?
Yeah. And
that's cool.
My niece, my sister's daughter, is a cheerleader for the Dolphins.
No way.
Yeah, they're like the same age too.
That's dope.
It's so cool. Yeah, it's amazingly cool. You know, she was a Lightning girl too, my niece. So check it out, dude. Smitty has to jet sometimes. Spicoli's asked me, I don't know, a handful of times. I think I've sat in for Smitty like 4 times now. And recently, like, I don't know, maybe before summer, Smitty asked, or Spicoli asked me, hey, can you sit in? Smitty's got to work, last minute kind of thing. And I was like, dude, I really would love to, but it's Friday nights and I have my kids every Friday night.
Right.
And I'm like, you know, normally I would find a babysitter like I've done before, or switch nights with my ex. Yeah, I wouldn't find a babysitter, but, you know, I would, you know, make it happen. You know, mom and dad, they live next door.
Right.
You know, can you just hang out with the kids until they go to bed and then just be there if they need something, you know?
Yeah.
And I'll be in constant contact with the phones, you know. And I got a camera in my house pointed right at them so I can see what's going on. But anyway, that particular night, I was like, you know, I really can't do it. I just there's things that are happening and I can't. I got to be here, I got to be there, whatever. And he, of course, Spicoli totally understood, you know.
Right.
So late that night, like during the I don't know, the middle of Spicoli's show, I think it starts at 9, ends at 11. So it's probably about 10:30, 10:15, something like that. Okay, kids are in bed, everything's kosher at the house. Philbert texts me, hey, you want to go for a quick walk? Okay, I'll take the camera with me. We'll walk around the block a couple times, have a cigar, crack a beer, never be more than like 10 houses away from the house. It's locked up. We do it all the time. Usually it's when the kids aren't there, but if they are there, they're 14, you know. So I'm like, okay, so we go for a walk, and I'm like, dude, I wonder who Spicoli got, you know, to sit in for Smitty. You know, I'm just curious. Let's check it out. So I pull my phone out. I log on to SpicolliTV.com, and it's Monica and Spike from The Bone.
What?
Spike on the mic and Monica. Turns out Spicoli's worked with Monica's friends with Monica for years and years. You know, Spicoli's worked in radio forever, PBS, and I forget the station. It's neither here nor there. Spicoli's very experienced, you know.
Right.
And I'm like, holy crap! And I pull the phone up, and no sooner than I pulled it up, okay, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, dude, that's Monica from The Bone. And my brother's like, let me see. And he looks at it, and he's like, oh, that's what she looks like? And I'm like, yeah. And then she's talking, and you know how she
very,
talks.
very tiny.
Yeah,
she's
and
short.
And she talks like she's very articulate.
Dude, Monica's got a really, I'm sorry, Monica's got a hot voice.
And she's articulate.
That's why it's so attractive. She speaks well, and her voice is very buttery, but she speaks well. And, yeah.
Traffic and weather, too. You know what I mean? In between stuff. So, I'm looking at it, and he looks at it, and he's like, oh, that's what she looks like. And I'm like, yeah. And then, dude, it wasn't like I joined the chat room. I don't think Spicoli knew that I just appeared. Okay? But the very next words that came out of his mouth right when I tuned in, I couldn't believe it. He's like, yeah, Monica, you know, last week, you know, we had a really funny guy, Kevin Hawley, on the show. He sat in for Smitty, and it went well. We played the games, and I really appreciate you sitting into this week, whatever, you know. And she goes, I know Kevin. I know who Kevin is. And my jaw hit the floor.
Really?
Yeah, because I friend requested Monica, and she didn't accept it. It's still sitting out there.
I heard it's kind of hard to get on her social media.
I know, yeah. I've heard the same. But it was so, impactful. Yeah. I was just like, wow, Monica from The Bone, just a woman that's been in radio for like, I don't know how long, you know, because she's old.
I was so surprised.
I know who Kevin is, you know? And I was like, oh my God, somebody knows who I am.
It's amazing that she can remember.
But...
You know. I'm just kidding. I love Monica.
Isn't that cool though? You know,
that is really awesome. Yeah, like we're up here talking reckless, but no, that's really dope. I think it's dope that she said that, and it's also dope that, you know, Spicoli's cool with those folks where they'll come in and just chill. You know, that's awesome.
And he's a dramatic individual that has been around the block 1,000 times and has no problem. You know, off air, speaking his opinions on what he thinks about this, what he thinks about that, what grinds his gears, you know what I mean? But yet still is able to maintain relationships and friendships with people scattered all over radio. You know what I mean? He's not the type that's going to like say, oh, you know, I hate this person, I'll never work with them, or I hate this person, I'll never work with, except for when he talked about you. He said that. I hate Jonny Jones, and I'll never work with him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he said that.
I've not had the pleasure yet, so I guess my rep precedes me. Jeez.
Spicoli in chat says, when she was the board op for Hooters on the radio, that was some of the funniest times I ever had, just hanging in the studio. Well, that's cool. He says, Monica's awesome.
She seems like she'd be cool people to to actually be friends with. She seems like the type of friend that'll tell you when you're fucking up. You know what I'm saying?
You ever watch Bone TV?
Yeah.
Okay, you ever see her when she's on Roger and JP's show, and she says things that get JP really like, come on, Monica.
No, those two just need to go ahead and get that energy handled.
But if you look at her body language, she'll say something like, you know, really far left just to grind his gears. Like, you know, well, I think it's okay if that dog wants to identify as a transgender dog, you know, or something like that. And then she'll giggle like and smile like over here, and JP might not be looking, and he'll be like, are you kidding me?
Right.
And she's doing it on purpose, and I think that's hilarious. A lot of people have a misconception that she's super far left like that. She probably is, but she's doing a lot of that just for the polarization of the radio show.
I think she is opinionated, but I think she probably does, you know, double dose it a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
You know.
Speaking of double dosing it, man, I'm feeling a little. Did you put something in my coffee here?
I did. All
right.
Just keep drinking it and let's continue.
Just let it happen.
You're gonna know what's up when it happens. Please relax. It's fine.
Oh, dude. So, do you want to play the pyramid game with me later on tonight?
I'm into it. Whatever we're doing, let's go. Like I'm here for whatever, man. Let's get it.
During the break, maybe write down 5 words or throughout the second segment,
okay,
so you have it ready.
No, listen, last time when I had my man Joey with me, you didn't make the rules clear.
Okay.
So let me ask you this. Now, you said write down 5 words. Do they need to be connected in some sort of way to a bigger thing?
If they do, it makes it better, but it's not required.
Okay. Got you.
Mine usually do. That's just my mindset, because I like to have that little punch at the end.
I got you.
You know what I mean? Like that time that I made Mosh say Irma, Peter. His 5 words were Irma, Peter, file, van, driver. Yeah. And then I was like, what's it all have to do with each other? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, read them all again. And he's like, Irma, Peter, file, van, driver. I thought that was great. It was funnier when I say it.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, I got you. I'm going to figure out a cool one. We'll get it.
Spicoli says, hey, Jonny Jones, don't fall for the pyramid scheme. Son of a bitch.
Nah,
Spicoli,
man.
shut up, man.
He's probably going to just say some weirdly, like, obscurely almost racist shit again like he did the last 2 times I was here.
No, not tonight.
We'll see.
No, Johnny made it very clear. When we talked about having Johnny be a permanent part of the show, he made it very clear to myself and Mosh that, he didn't want to be the token black guy.
It's true. And I think Mosh got mad. Like, Mosh was like, wait a minute, what do you mean?
You think we're racist, man?
No, and that's not at all where I was coming from. I'm glad you brought that up. Because, I think everybody nowadays knows sometimes things get lost. Sometimes context and inflection gets lost over a message, over a text.
Oh, absolutely.
So, I'll clear it up. What I meant was, and I think I put this in the thread, I've been doing this for a good minute, like, at least trying to in some way. You know what I'm saying? And I've been going on different people's stuff and trying to start stuff with different people, and I've had a couple of like lower level opportunities here and there, and there's been a few times when I've come on to people's project or whatever, and unknown to me, I was there, like I thought I was going there to do some work and to create and create some good content, and unknown to me, I was there to be the black guy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they added me to the staff or to the setup because they wanted some sort of ethnicity, and they thought I would do like good in that spot, and they would only ask me black stuff or refer black stuff to me, and it was awkward. It was really awkward and cringy, and so it's like, okay, look, I know you guys, you guys are my boys anyways off the air, but when we're talking about, okay, well, Johnny's gonna come in and be a part of this, he's gonna be sitting in,
you had to make it known, right?
It's like, look, guys, I know that this really won't be a big deal, but now I've said it. So therefore, I can say I've said it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things, and it sucks that it needs to be said sometimes, but it happens. But anyways, that's a bummer, man. Skip that. That's a bummer.
Well, here's the thing with it, dude. Is you're like
confusing?
No, I'm getting feedback that the show's not available on Spreaker, but the chat's working. I don't know, it's something on Spreaker's end. If you want...
We're being sabotaged.
Yeah, go to irnbroadcast.com and just listen to us there, or kevinhollyshow.com, same feed. Anyway, so, dude, you're like, I don't want to be the token black guy. Bro, we weren't looking for a black guy. We were looking for a gay guy. So thank God you're here, bro.
I'm glad I showed up.
Yeah, thanks for being here, dude.
That's cool. Did you bring the baby oil, by the way?
What? Why you gotta be like pedo about it? Why is it gonna be baby oil?
Listen.
That's always been a thing for me. Like, why do they call it baby oil? They should have something. It should be called something else if you're gonna be using it for sexual stuff.
Well,
who brings baby anything into the bedroom?
Oil, like, is it made out of babies, or is it oil to lube?
Good shit. Yeah,
baby bones or something.
I had a biker friend. His name was John as well. He was a knuckle-tattooed, long-haired, hippie, biker guy. He was a line cook at a breakfast place, right?
Okay.
Perfect candidate for, you want to be our driver for this bank robbery? That kind of guy,
right.
You know what I mean? And we were talking about going fishing, and he invited me over to his house, right? So I went over to his house, and he had this giant iguana.
Okay.
The kind you find in Key West. The kind you're allowed to shoot multiple times, right? Okay. And you had this thing in a huge cage that went from the ceiling to the floor, to the windows to the walls. See what I did there, bro?
Wow,
yeah,
man.
Yeah. That's not token black.
Wow, Kev. See?
So
I don't even listen to that shit. But anyway, go ahead.
So it was a huge cage, big ass lizard, right? And I'm like, dude, that thing is huge. What do you feed that thing? And he says, monkey chow. And I go, what the hell's monkey chow? And he's like, it's monkey chow. I'm like, he goes, I get it at the pet store. And I'm like, wait a minute. Is it food made from monkeys that they eat? Is that part of their diet? Or is it food for monkeys, you know? I had no idea. And he left it just hanging. I never learned. I never Googled it. I just accepted it because he's a crazy guy. We went fishing and he had a bandana on, typical biker guy bandana. And at the end of the day, he took his bandana off and he had this perfectly straight, like, sunburn line on his forehead.
Okay.
And I laughed. And I went, look at your forehead. You look so stupid. Like that. And his face just went like that.
Dude.
Yeah, like he was road raging.
Dude, man.
I was like, time to go. Yeah.
You got to be careful, man.
Dude's over here killing fucking primates and feeding them to lizards and getting all angry at me and shit.
I think that you said that he was he around here? Because I know
Port Richey, yeah.
Port Richey, okay. Because I know like down south, like a lot of people have exotic ass animals that they shouldn't have. But like I had a friend of mine that used to work down there. He was a longshoreman.
Okay.
He used to work on the docks down there, and he would be telling me stories about like all the he's like, there's nothing but freaking cops down here all the time. ATF is down here all the time,
making sure you're not taking a seahorse or a lionfish or something.
People bring in boats. These boats are supposed to be carrying like textiles and fruits and stuff, and they do. But then they'll have like a secret stash,
tigers,
a secret stash of like a bunch of lizards or a bunch of like animals or
weird
a bunch of
turtles.
Yeah, a bunch of fruit that's not supposed to be over here for whatever reason. It's wild, man.
Dude, I was in Cozumel. I was talking to actually Jeff Hampton about this today. Mm-hmm. And when I was in Cozumel, okay, there were these crazy looking wild dogs.
I've never been to Cozumel.
Okay. Cozumel's beautiful. Even after Hurricane Wilma, I went the next year. It was still devastated, but it was still absolutely beautiful. I went to a farm on a little weird truck, like a shore excursion, to ride horses through the Mayan ruins, right? It was majestic, dude. It was so awesome. But at the farm, there was like an old grandpa and grandma that didn't speak English, or like one tooth. And there were some kids running around. There was like 6 people at this farm. And I'm like, what the hell is this? How is this like part of carnival? You know what I mean? And it was really bad, dude. But it was amazing, you know? So, but at the farm, while we're like picking out our helmets and picking out our horses and signing waivers and all that, there's these weird Cozumel coatis. Is that Coati? Coati?
Or Cody.
Cody?
Cody or Coati.
And it's like a mix between a raccoon, a brown bear, a dog, and an anteater all in one.
It looks like a raccoon ant-eating panda.
Yes.
It really does.
And they were domesticated, dude, just running around the farm. And I'm like, dude,
that's so cool. But look at those claws. Man. They look like they'll rip you in half.
Dude, let me tell you something.
They look like they could hurt you.
They came running towards us like, hey, new people. And I was like, cool, they got dogs. I love dogs. And they come running up, and I start petting one. And then I look down closer at it, and I was like, holy shit, what is this? You know? And I jumped back, and I was like, oh my God, I'm petting a raccoon.
Yeah, no, I would have ran if I saw them coming for me. I don't know what they are.
It is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Look at the tail. It looks like a raccoon, dude.
Dude, you know what, though? It's funny. Like, furry stuff like this, even if it's exotic or weird, if you tell me that this thing isn't going to try to eat my face, I will pick it up and cuddle it and love it.
And then it'll eat your face.
And it'll rip my freaking guts out. But I'm not afraid of stuff like this. My thing is the ocean, bro.
Are you really that scared of the poop soup, dude?
Listen, my 2 things of the ocean, it's the butthole soup and the fact that, like, I'll go to the beach. Growing up in Hawaii, some of my growing up in Hawaii, not all of it, I learned how to surf. I love surfing, you know. My thing is, open ocean, dude, there's still dinosaurs in the ocean. There's still, like, crazy stuff under the water that would eat us if it could.
But not in 3 feet of water.
Well, no, not in 3 feet of water, but I mean, it's like...
Worst to get is a dog bite, man.
Dude, the one time I saw an octopus and the octopus is everybody's got animals they're afraid of. Some people afraid of snakes, some people afraid of spiders. I have no idea why, don't ask me. Ever since I was a baby, octopuses are that animal. They fucking freak me out. Anything with tentacles freaks me out. I've only seen an octopus in real life once. It was
I've eaten it.
You're disgusting. But it was in Hawaii, and it was on Waimea. It was Waimea Bay, and we were me and my friend Thomas. We were hanging out, and there was a freaking little octopus in the water. We were body surfing, and it was just kind of drifting. I think it was dying or dead, but it kind of like hit my leg, and it wrapped itself like the water pushed it.
It was like,
leg.
Save me, please!
It wrapped itself around my ankle, and I didn't know what it was because I didn't see it, and I was like, I thought it was seaweed. I lifted my foot up, and there's this disgusting freaking octopus on my foot, and I freaked out, almost drowned.
Ate it, dude.
Dude, no, octopuses scare me to death, man. And the thing is,
well, you won't like Hampton.
Do you know how smart they are?
Yeah.
They're so smart.
And they got a beak.
Yes, and that's the other thing about an octopus. It's a freaking sea monster.
The beak will get you right in the pee hole.
It's a sea monster. It's got tentacles and suckers, big old eyes. It swims backwards.
Shoots ink at you.
Shoots ink, and it's got a beak in the middle of all that. That's a goddamn kraken.
Yeah.
It's a sea monster.
Dude, what about a hippopotamus or hippopotami?
Hippopotami. Now, you know what? I like hippopotamuses because...
I think it's hippopotami nuts on your face!
Wait a minute. That didn't even make sense, Kev.
Hippopotami nuts on your mouth!
No, it didn't make sense.
I think it was still pretty good.
I used to look up to you for... But no. I like hippopotamuses because they look cute, but they'll bite you in half.
Oh, they'll totally kill you.
They'll murder you. I heard more people get killed by hippos every year than sharks. I don't know how true that is, but I heard...
You should test the waters, man.
I'm not going.
There's a hippo in Homosassa.
No, there's not.
Yeah, there is. His name is Lucifer.
Wait, there is?
Homosassa Springs.
I've heard of this. I didn't know that was real. I heard about this before.
It's a beautiful place to go, by the way. Listen, but speaking of going, let's go to break and come right back. We'll finish up the second hour of the Kevin Holly Show right after this. Jonny Jones. All right, let's do it.
Gotcha!
You are listening to the Kevin Holly Show.
It's never enough. You give and you get. It's always a bust. And it's too hard to leave you tonight. You're crossing the line. You're telling me how I should live my life. And I'm just gonna leave here. She was taking my heart, digging in too deep. I think she's trying too hard. She said she's here for me. And I'm just gonna leave. She was taking my heart, digging in too deep. I think she's trying too hard. She said she's here for me. And I'm just gonna leave. Time is not on your side, but you'll never change or give it a try. 'Cause you're too cool to hear me the way it's going. No, I can't keep going. No, I can't wait my whole life. I just need some change and some time. She was taking my heart, digging in too deep. I think she's trying too hard. She said she's here for me. And I'm just gonna leave. She was taking my heart, digging in too deep. I think she's trying too hard. She said she's here for me. And I'm just gonna leave. leave here the way it's going. No, I can't keep going. No, I can't wait my whole life. I'm just gonna leave here tonight.
Me and James Earl Jones. We're in Virginia City, Virginia, 1991. We're up in the club talking, and James is all, "Oh, James, you don't look so good." Now it's like, "Shut up, motherfucker. CNN your ass. You need to CNN your ass out of here." And he was like, "Calm down, James. It's cool." And I was like, "Man, what is with your voice? Ain't never a black man sound like you before. It's all fake news." That's right, James Brown, 1991. I invented fake news. Waco, Texas. Unabomber. Unabomber, what you call me, motherfucker? Ruby Ridge. Ronald Reagan shot in the gut right outside the studio hall, 2001. You remember the year? David Letterman was quitting. Pops. You remember when we was in school together, Pops? You used to let me come over to your house and watch your mama take a shower, soaping it up with them suds, getting in between every nook and cranny. She was a good mama, Pops. I don't want to talk bad about your mama. Your mom, she was the shit, you know what I'm saying? She came to a show or two. She stayed for a couple backstage as well. You know what I'm saying, Pops? 1975, July 2nd, a baby was born to a white family in Illinois. Little did they know that baby will be the funk. That's right, the funk of the family. Little Kevin Holly. Little chubby Kevin Holly. He was a fat little baby. Chubby cheeks, buck teeth, bowl cut. Fucking smelled like shit all the time. But that family loved that little baby. They took care of him and fed him, made sure he was clean. And look at him now. Kevin Holly Show. 1992. Detroit. Airbags in cars. Fucking airbags in cars. What the fuck the government talking about?
Hi, this is Kevin Holly, host of The Kevin Holly Show on the IRN Internet Radio Network. Catch me this week on To Catch a Predator. Wait, what? Who wrote this? What? No.
My name is Morgan Freeman, and you're listening to The Kevin Holly Show.
Do you know what I think about you? Do you know what I feel is true? Do you know what I think about her? I know she thinks about me, I sure. I don't know why, but it's so, but it's true. I don't know why, but it's so, but it's true. So you know what I think about you. Do you know what you want me to do? When you see me staring at you, do you know what I want to do? I don't know why, it's so, but it's true. I don't know why, it's so, but it's true. I don't know why, it's so, but it's true. I don't know why, it's so, but it's true. I don't wanna have sex with you. I wanna be your friend. I wanna be with you. I want you to marry me. So you know what I think about you. Do you know that my pain is you? I know I want you to be my wife and stay with me the rest of your life. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? What I think about you.
You are listening to The Kevin Holly Show. The Kevin Holly Show. The Kevin Holly Show.
Nobody on the road.
get on air, Kevin's show is out of reach. Empty cup, empty can, pots dying to shit. They're almost too dump tower, odds are they won't make it. And I can't see Jay, his driving will kill someone. He's got chicken nuggets and the Lick Show on, baby. And I can't wait to get a hold of his flaccid dog and hammer his boys and scream dirt till dawn. I'll never will forget last night. I wonder if it was a dream. Remember how he made me whimper. He remembers how I made him scream. Now I don't understand what happened to our love, but Jay, I'm gonna get you back on tonight's show. Prepare for dude love. And I can't see Jay, his driving will kill someone. He's got chicken nuggets and the Lick Show on, baby. And I can't wait to get a hold of his flaccid dog and hammer his boys and scream dirt till dawn. On the air today, I heard a dumb-ass local band playing bunch of crap. A little voice inside my head said, get in Jay's lap, you gotta get in Jay's lap. I thought I knew what love was, what did I know? I would love Jay forever, but Pops won't let him go. But I can't see Jay, his driving will kill someone. He's wearing dirty underwear and got a Packers jersey on, and I can't wait to get a hold of his flaccid dog and hammer his boys and scream dirt till dawn, baby. I can't see Jay, his driving will kill someone. He's got chicken McNuggets and the Glick Show on, baby.
This is Kevin Holly, and you are listening to the IRN Internet Radio Network. Listen to The Kevin Holly Show each week, featuring Jaybird and Pops. Who the hell are Jaybird and Pops, anyway?
All veils and misty, streets are blue. Almond looks, that chill divine. Some silky moment goes on forever, and we're leaving broken hearts behind. Mystify me, mystify me. I need perfection, some twisted selection that tangles me to keep me alive in all that exists. But none has your beauty. I see your face, and I will survive. Mystify me, mystify me. Eternally wild with the power to make every moment feel divine. Some silken moment goes on forever. And we're leaving, yeah, we're leaving both hearts behind. You mystify me. Mystify. You mystify me. You're eternally wild with the power to make every moment come alive. All the stars shine upon you, well to kiss you every night. Mystify me. Mystify. Mystify me. Mystify. You mystify me. Mystify.
Hey, Mr. Folly, go ahead. It's your show. What the hell?
Thanks.
First religion, then disease. What's next?
Yeah, we got the
next week when we don't show, you'll be happy.
I guess it's to the point where we talk about my hemorrhoids, right?
Oh, Jesus, yeah, man. Let's take a look at them.
Look at him. You can't see nothing. There's no fucking lights on in this place. What the hell, man?
Oh, dude, I got a great flashlight on this phone.
Actually, hold on. I got this here.
Look, why is everybody grabbing their cameras, man?
That's not my camera.
I'm not really going to show you my hemorrhoids, man.
Is that better?
Besides, no,
those
it's
are
right in my eye. It's right in my eye, man.
Let me throw in a little interesting piece here.
Pops, you didn't even know the lights were off, did you?
No.
When was the last time you had an interesting piece?
This guy, for 3 days, he's bleeding all over everything. And we got a nice room, we got a chair that somebody scarfed it off away and stole it from the garbage man. You know, it's a recliner. He sits in my room, and so I'm looking there, and he's...
You looked in where?
Go on, keep going. Please, this is great.
Tell the fucking story.
I mean, I'm getting more responses by listening to you guys laugh. Anyhow, he decides that he's going to protect the chair, you know, that they picked out of the garbage. And he takes this old embroidered cloth, he puts it there, and he ruins it with his blood. He saves this old chair.
Was he nude? I mean,
hey, you turkey. That piece of embroidery you got that you just ruined with your ass blood. That's probably a freaking heirloom, and somebody paid $4,000 for it or something.
I saved that old chair, though.
Well, we saved the old chair that they picked up out of the garbage. Although it's got a spot that'll probably never ever come out of it.
Jesus, were you menstruating? What the hell, man? Were you butt naked on the chair? I mean, what?
He was in terrific pain with a sore ass.
Fucking ruptured fucking hemorrhoid, man.
He was afraid.
You ever had a hemorrhoid rupture?
He was afraid.
No, not while sitting on a chair outside.
You know what his biggest problem was? He was afraid he'd bleed to death that night, and he wouldn't be able to get me up and fix me my grits in the morning for breakfast.
Aww.
That was his main concern.
So he pooped blood on the family heirloom.
No, I just made his grits at like 2 a.m. before I went to sleep.
Can I say hello to my boss? My boss is on there.
Yeah.
Mike Tyree.
Mike.
What's going on, Open Mike?
Open Mike, love to hear Open Mike. Mike, he called in one time.
Oh, he's in the chat room.
Did he really?
No, that was Mike Peter.
No, that's Mike Peter. Yeah, Mike Tyree didn't call you. He doesn't know how to use a phone. He can run a podcast, but phones, they're tricky.
Right on.
Dude, I want to hear more about this poopy chair. Can that fit in the studio or what, man? A recliner? That sounds great. I'm sitting on a stool right now. And so is Jay. Hey, thank you.
Hey, I'm bleeding on this chair right now, just so you know.
That's your chair.
And I wouldn't have if you didn't tell me. So thank you very much.
Yeah, no shit, right? Wow.
This radio person is the whole problem. Are we going to allow this guy to be heard by anyone who can turn a dial?
I've got a pirate radio station. Nobody knows who he is.
You out there? You listening?
Welcome back, everybody, to the Kevin Holly Show. Second segment. We got Jonny Jones in the house. We just are sitting down, putting on our headphones. I think our timing is impeccable right now.
We were amazing just now. Nobody knows, but we were awesome.
Yeah. Like, way to just roll right up, man.
Right? We didn't even rush. We just came in all smooth. It was nice. Yeah.
That's what we do. We're smooth, man. I'm looking in the chat room real quick here, bringing us back. Spicoli, I haven't seen a hippo since I quit dating 25 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
What else we got in here? Shane White, welcome back to the show, my friend, says, is this shit live? Because I'm sleeping. Yeah, no, we're live, dude. Wake up!
Wow, man.
It's time to wake up! Wake up, Shane! Attention, big power residents, tenants, and trillion customers! The show is live! If you're having a hard time on Spreaker, go to ironpodcast.com. That's where you should go anyway. Or KevinHollyShow.com. Attention, dumb tower residents. We are live. Jonny Jones is in the house.
Word.
Also, I want to let you all know that you can follow Jonny Jones at Soda Pop Jones. How do they find you, Johnny? What's up, man?
Okay, so you can find. I'm not hard to find. I'm on Facebook. I like I said, I stepped away from Facebook a lot because it was getting on my nerves, and I started kind of hanging out and posting a little bit more. I just post memes. I like funny, silly stuff. On Facebook, I am Jonny Jones. And yeah, underneath it says Soda Pop Jones or something like that.
Well, explain that.
Okay, so one of my favorite books, and then later on a favorite movie of mine, was The Outsiders. One of my favorite characters in that movie was Soda Pop Curtis. I love Soda Pop, hence I'm drinking. It's funny you bring that up, Kev.
He's got a Coca-Cola in his hand.
I do, and it's funny you bring that up because this was not planned. But yeah, man, Soda Pop Jones, that's the guy I identified with as a kid. He was cool. He was the one that was like aware of everything, but he really didn't want to bother nobody. He wanted to hang out and talk shit, and so I kind of identified with him, you know.
All right, I get that. Yeah.
Also, you can find me on Instagram. I'm gonna be okay. So can I full disclosure about my Instagram?
Yeah. What are you, like a nude model?
No, you're close though. You're close.
Are you a hand model?
No,
some good hands.
No, I'm not a model, but speaking of models on my Instagram. So when I first started Instagram. I was very late to the whole...
Wait, you invented Instagram?
Yes.
Okay.
Shortly after I created the internet, I invented this app called Instagram. And I was...
it's global warming, too!
Instagram was different when I was starting to mess with Instagram. Nowadays, Instagram is like way bigger and a little bit more sophisticated in use. I used Instagram to get big booty chicks to look at. So I'm not gonna lie, and there's still some remnants. So I'm like in the process.
It's hard to let them go.
Well, it's not hard for me, but there's so many of them. Like I went on a rampage for a while. I was like, you bang, 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 and I was adding and following because I don't know anything about social media, and so I just had all these on because they're fun to look at. And then I started making real friends and real connections on Instagram. And one of them pointed out, hey, you know, people can see who you follow, right? And I was like, oh, damn, my mom's on my Instagram. Like, there's people that...
She's the hottest model on there.
Right? My mom's out there showing the goods. But no, like, there's people that I care about what they think about me. And, you know, so I'm like, I'm trying to clean up. My wife is like, my wife doesn't say nothing. And my wife knows what's up. And she's like, yeah. Your Instagram's stupid.
It's repulsive.
She's cool though, and it's like I'm trying to like clean it up a little bit. It's not dirty. Now let's not get it twisted. It's not anything weird or dirty, but you know. So I'm trying to clean that up, and I'm trying to make it more, you know, fun. I might start a new one just because that one's way more like family and pictures of my kids and you know. And then there's you know what? Screw that. You can't find me personally on Instagram anymore. I'm going to start a new one. But if you want to find my band, Johnny and the Yardcats, you go to Yardcats1. That's Y-A-R-D as in dog, K-A-T-Z, and the number 1. And yeah, that's the band. That's me and Joey. Shout out Joey Clark. What's up?
What's up, Joey?
Hey. And then I don't have a Twitter because I don't have enough to say. I want Twitter so I can follow everyone else and listen to everyone else talk crap on Twitter.
Sure.
I don't think I would be a good player in the Twitter realm. You know what I mean? So I've been reluctant to make one. Plus, I heard people are kind of abandoning Twitter.
Well, Twitter's become a place for complaining and, you know...
Well, it's become like, Facebook.
Yeah, it's worse, man.
Jeez. Facebook is like a high school cafeteria.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like full of jerks.
I mean, my high school cafeteria was cool, man, you know?
Mine was not. My table was okay, but my cafeteria was where it went down, boy. Like, yeah. You chill over on the outskirts, on the edge. It's a corner on the edge of the cafeteria near the back door, the back double doors, because when stuff pops off, and you just right by the door.
You gotta get out, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It's good old days.
The high school was like a I don't know, like a blur for me. I have some memories of it, but I went to 2 different high schools in 2 different states, so it was kind of like I went
to several different high schools, but like most of my high school I do remember because part of it was in Hawaii, which is one of the coolest experiences of my life. I got to live there and I got to go to school off base. I mean, it was awesome. And then the rest of it was in Manassas, Virginia, where I wasn't even born in Manassas, but I claim that as my hometown because that's where I did most of my formative years. You know what I'm saying? Most of my high school and stuff. And I remember all of high school. I never got like picked on or bullied or anything like that, but high school sucked. Like I mean, because you're a kid.
I loved high school.
Even when stuff's going good, I lived in a big old house in a nice subdevelopment, and it was cool. It still sucked. Like you're a kid, you know, you're pissed off. You don't know why. Your friends are stupid. You know, your parents are stupid. Everything's stupid, and you got to go to school.
All I wanted to do was make out with chicks in the hallway.
But see, that didn't fill the hole for me, Kev. I
filled the hole for me. I filled a lot of holes.
But I had it. I'm not trying to sound like whatever here. Girls weren't a problem. Like I was like thinking of other stuff. I was mad about like other stuff already.
Yeah, you were 14. You had a bunch of plush San Francisco 49ers.
I was having an identity crisis. I was like, I got all these stuffed toys in my room. What am I supposed to do? What does this make me?
Just take one of those toys. Just peel it back a little bit.
Just show you on the doll where somebody hurt me. But nah, man, it was a cool experience. I don't miss. You know how a lot of people say they miss their high school years. Some people say they don't. I don't. I miss college.
I missed college.
Oh, yeah, dude. College? Now let's be clear. I didn't go to a big fancy college. I went to a music school. It was up in freaking Winchester, Virginia.
That's cool.
And but it was like,
dude, I went to ITT. I mean, come on.
What?
Yeah,
dude, that's not bad at all.
I got a great education.
How come you? Let me ask you this, Kevin.
Why am I not successful?
Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
What are you doing here? No. Do they really? Are those commercials real? I know the commercials are real.
Well, the school's dissolved now. They went under. There was a controversy.
So I was gonna say there was like some sketchiness, right?
At the end, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember the last one I saw was the little Russian girls. Like, I went to ITT Tech to make a better life for my family.
Yeah, I remember those. Yeah. Dude, when I went to ITT, I was living in an apartment in Chicago, my first apartment. It was $535 a month, 3rd floor, 1-bedroom apartment. I had 2 roommates, and we rotated the bedroom, you know. So, we the other 2 were on the couch, you know, whatever. The couches. Let me make that very clear. We had
$5 a month.
couches.
Was it nice?
It was not bad, but this is back in a while
yeah.
ago, you know.
Jesus.
Yeah, so and I was like, okay, my parents want me to go to college. They're supporting me, and I just was fresh out of high school. I moved there when I was 18, you know. So I'm thinking to myself like
that was you. Okay.
Dude, I just got a message.
I looked at my wife all mean, like, turn your phone off.
It says, dude, you went from a white co-host that sounds black to a black co-host that sounds white.
Oh, that's number 1. That's the first person. I was waiting on it.
Mosh is still my co-host.
The first person.
He's just not here tonight.
Everybody says that. People.
Can you guess who said it?
When our shit comes out, people, if nobody knows what I look like and they don't know what Joey looks like, when they see us together, they're going to think we are each other.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Well, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, who said that shit?
That fucking guy that's
it was Stan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it. That's my dog, though. I love Stan. That's my boy. I love you, man.
So I'm in my apartment one afternoon contemplating college. Mm-hmm. The girlfriend I was dating at the time, her stepfather was a professor at DePaul University.
True.
And that's associated with the University of Illinois. And she was able to get like an e-ticket ride to U of I. So she moved out. Well, she moved to, Central Illinois, 2 hours away. And I'm like, well, I'm not doing that. I can't afford to go to. I don't even know how to apply to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I didn't have the best grades in high school to begin with. You know. So I started looking at other options, and there was an ITT campus like 15 minutes from where I lived at the time. So I went on the website, you know, I think it was a website like AOL.com, you know, like dial up like 286.
Did you get the disc?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the floppy, you know. And I got a lot of discs for my friends.
AO.
So, so long story short, I inquired, and this is how aggressive ITT was back in the 90s. They sent like a sales rep, a recruiter, a headhunter, if you will, to my apartment.
Whoa.
And it made me feel very much like an adult. Yeah. Like, I've got this guy coming from the college, you know. Yeah, and he showed up, and I let him in. I vacuumed and, you know, cleaned my apartment up nice, you know. It was a cool-ass apartment, bro. It really was. Right. And he comes in and he sits down on the couch and puts a laptop on the... No, get this, dude. He put, like, a 13-inch TV with a built-in VCR. Remember those? You know, little box TV with a VCR.
I was going to say, they even had a handle in the back of it, so you just carry it with you.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, that and like a man purse, like a Merce, you know. And he sets it up, plugs it in, puts a VHS tape in, and it's like, hey, this is IT. It was like an employment video from like the movie Waiting, you know. You got to watch this video before we let you go on the floor, you know.
Right.
And I watched it, and I was already into electronics. I had raced RC cars. And that was my first job at 14 years. My second job, actually, at 14 years old.
That's a cool-ass job.
Dude, at 14, I got my first job. I rode my BMX bike up to Brown's Chicken, okay?
True.
And I was a prep cook in the back. So I dipped chicken into batter and then bagged it up all freaking day long. Like 3 hours a night, you know?
Okay.
3 days a week, whatever. I made like $3.85 an hour, you know? And I got a better job because I used that money to fund my RC cars, you know. And I was really good at RC cars, building them, getting the motors and the gear ratios and the tire sizes and mathematically doing it. Nice. Sucked at math in high school, but I was able to make my car really fast, you know. So I started going to this place called Metro Fast Raceway and Hobbies. And it was about 30 minutes from my house, 20 minutes from my house. I would get rides up there for my parents. They'd drop me off, and I would enter the races. It was like $10 on like a Friday night. And you'd qualify. You'd make the A or B main, and then you'd race the main event, and then you'd get a trophy if you finished. And I kept getting trophies, man. In fact, I was so good, I was in the points race, and I would get. Nice. I got a plaque. I still have the box of trophies, bro. So cool,
dude. That's sick.
I want to make it, and I want to have like.
So you need to build a shrine.
Yeah,
you need to build like a room or some shit.
I still got RC cars too. Now I got better ones, you know. But so long story short, I'm like, I could do this ITT thing. It's component level electronics, ET, electronics engineering technology was the name of the course. You know, 2 years long. You end up with an Associates of Applied Science if you graduate, right?
Sweet deal.
And if you graduate, you have the option of going only one more year, 3 years, to get a bachelor's degree. And if I got the bachelor's degree, then I could, at that point, now your credentials can be transferred to colleges. The Associates doesn't transfer.
You're a big boy in it, yeah.
But the bachelor's would. And I had dreams of going to like Bell Labs, AT&T, MIT, you know. And so that's the route that I took. But they hard sold me on it. And I had to get student loans. Dude, I'm 44 years old. I still have student loans from ITT.
I got lucky because, and it's unfortunate, but, you know, like I'm not the most religious guy, but it was the type of thing where I really was like, okay, my pops is either watching me or something else is watching out for me, because my pops died right before, or actually right as I was about to be starting college. And I take that back. I had started college already. It was like about a year. And I was down here for the summertime when my dad passed away.
I'm sorry, dude.
It's all cool. But I had to go back to school. I had to go back up to Virginia. And I had some money, but I didn't know what I was going to do. I hadn't had to take out any loans because I had paid my way. But where there were little holes, you know, my dad had been having my back, or, you know, my uncle had been having my back. So right when my dad passed away, I was like, what am I going to do? This is ridiculous. And I get a call from my stepmom, Judy. What up, Judy? And she's like, you know, you need to come over. We're going to talk and stuff like this. And long story short, I find out, and I never even thought about it. Because, like, when my dad was alive, you couldn't go to my dad and be like, Dad, we have money. My dad's like, no, I got money. You need to get a job, little bitch. So, you know, my stepmom reveals that my dad left all the kids 25 G's each.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, shit. Okay, cool. Well, I need to get my ass a job because now I have stuff to work with. And so I cruised, I was smart, I was strategic, I worked the whole time, and I am not buried in student loans.
Are you a homeowner?
No. But my wife is, bitches.
What's up, Hey, you need a roommate, Brad?
Why do you think I got married? I got married so I could go. I got married so I could go to the dentist. I needed some work. I was getting sick. I'm getting older. It's cold in these streets.
Oh man, it's cold out there. Jesus,
what are you doing, bro?
Hey man, I got married because I wanted to be tortured for like 10 years, man.
Hey,
I'm just kidding. My ex and I are on such good terms right now. We are being amazing parents together.
Are you a
right
new
now.
girl? How long have you and new girl been together?
9 months last week.
So just under a year.
Yeah.
A little under a year.
Man, it's amazing.
Is it still euphoric? You guys getting along?
Oh my God,
so when
it
are you
gets
gonna
better.
Pop the question, Kevin?
I've been thinking about it, Johnny.
When are you gonna pop that question,
I don't know,
Kev?
Man.
What up?
I don't know. We talked about if we were to get married, would we do it legally or just do it in front of God? And because we're both divorced and we know what that's like.
And you know what to do. Listen.
So I don't know, man, how that's going to work out. But I'm madly in love with this woman. Oh my God.
So here's the deal. There's 3 things. Number 1, you marry the girl because I'm not even a huge believer in marriage like that. I married Brandy because some shit went down.
Because he needed a dentist. I know.
I needed to go to the doctor, but it's like, you do sooner or later, even if you don't choose to pursue it, you're going to find a person whose energy matches yours, and it makes you open to changing. It makes you open to other things. Not everything does that. So like if that's how you're feeling, you got to get that, man. You got to lock that down because the world moves. And sooner or later, if you don't lock it,
It's like Ferris Bueller said, man.
The
world moves pretty fast.
Take a minute to look at it.
Don't stop
and
and take a look at
Dude,
flowers.
Besides the life debt, I locked Brandy down because it's like, if I cruise around this town and I see her with somebody else, it's gonna be just like I'm not gonna be able to deal with that. I can't even think about that, and I never had that before, so that's why we got married. And
my girlfriend and I, because she's really, really hot, like super hot, like she is, okay, and I'm super attracted to her. You know what I mean? And there's a little bit of an age gap. So I know that I'm going to get older faster than she will.
High five, Kev.
Thank you, man.
High five.
Thank you, yes. Yeah. That was a really shitty high five.
That was the worst high five I've ever had.
It still sucked.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. There we go.
I felt
good.
that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Jesus, stop hitting me.
Let's never do that again.
So
fist bump from now on.
All right, man. So I could easily get insecure. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like every swinging dick out there is looking at her. You know what I mean? But you know what? To be honest, dude, to be sincerely honest with you, I look beyond that. Mm-hmm. I'm not all about looks. I mean, I fell in love with this girl because she's not afraid to throw a stake down.
Right.
Because she's supportive and encouraging, and she's an amazing mother.
Right.
And it's just so cool. And she's got this personality and this wittiness and this caring characteristic of how she is just throughout her day, and she's like anybody else. She got her ups and downs and whatnot, So, but the communication level that we have, I've never had before.
Right.
And it's so easy to overcome insecurities. Mm-hmm. Okay? It's so easy to overcome insecurities with her because we're so open and easy to talk to and trust each other, you know what I mean? And I don't know, it's cool.
It is cool. I mean,
dude, it is also really cold out there in those streets, man.
It's mad cold out there in those streets. Just ask Josie Smollett.
Ask Elvis, man.
There's one thing she don't need is another hungry mouth to feed in the ghetto.
Because I'm hungry.
In the ghetto.
I'm really hungry, dude. And I'm stealing. The best thing about dating a single mom is them freaking Capri Suns.
Dude, you can steal all the snacks.
The snack packs,
the snacks are amazing.
Oh, I'll tell you what, man.
And the cool thing about getting married, she has to buy me snacks.
It's cold.
It's amazing.
I'm hungry. I'll tell you what, Johnny. For real, dude. It's like, you know what's in my lunch? You know what I pack in my lunch, dude?
What are you packing?
I'm packing goldfish.
Dude, I got There's a big box of oatmeal pies at my house. We save those oatmeal cream pies because every now and then the lights go out. It's a sad thing.
I know how you feel, Johnny. At my house, it's like, what are we going to have for dinner tonight? Mac and cheese? And she's like, no, baby, I got you. And you know what we have? We have Lunchables, juice boxes, Mott's gummies. I love her so Mott's.
Can you imagine what it must feel like, Kev?
Yeah.
When your children look at you and say, Dad, chicken flavored ramen again? And I say, no, son, we don't have that kind of money. And they say, Dad, are we trash? And I say, son. I say, son, get out. Get out.
Get a job,
and
son.
then I cry. And then I cry and I drink till I black out.
And I pick up right where you left off, Johnny. And when I wake up in a drunken stupor, smelling like cigars, at like 4:30 in the morning, and take that long urination because my bladder's so weak.
The long urination.
And it's bright yellow because I'm malnourished and dehydrated. And I go out back into the kitchen and I look for something in the cupboard to eat. And what do I find? I find bluebells. warm bluebells.
Dude. All right, look, screw all that. The truth is, me and Brandy, we throw down when it comes to snacks. We do not play games. Like, we were we were ready for this hurricane. I was gonna put it like that. We don't mess around. Like, you want Little Debbie's? You want Zingers? You want cake rolls? You want
Zingers?
You want Smart Food white cheddar popcorn in this? We got that.
You know,
we got it all, man.
I'm a big fan of Ted Nugent.
Are you?
Because he only hunts what he's gonna eat.
Oh Jesus!
It's all about sustenance, my
Oh
friend.
my God!
It's all about the beef jerky and the sustenance, you know. And I learned from watching Ted Nugent. It's all about the sustenance, my friend. It's riding that buffalo into the pasture and maybe taking a bow and arrow and just taking down an animal that I'm going to take home and feed my family some sustenance. You know what I'm
did say you're considerably older than your girlfriend, so you're halfway there. You need a flaming bow and arrow, and you need to shoot a buffalo or something.
So I can cook it while I
or go outside and like shoot a squirrel out of the tree.
Oh, that's so
it'll
funny.
Be on fire with an arrow through it.
It's so funny you say that because when back in the day when I was down on my luck, Johnny, okay, and I didn't know what I was gonna do, and I'm like, I gotta prep for these hurricanes, and I gotta get stuff, and what do I get? What's the most important things I can get? You know what it was, Johnny?
What's that?
Vegetable oil.
Ew.
Yeah, lots of it,
What?
Johnny.
Ew.
Gallons of vegetable oil. You know why? And I told my wife at the time.
Because you,
she's
by
like,
any means necessary, we're going to get that money, baby. That's why.
No,
Oh, sorry.
That's a great reason, but no. You know why? Because, and she's like, why do we have 5-7 gallons of vegetable oil? Why did you waste money on vegetable oil? And I said, you know why? You know why, woman? Because when the shit goes down, okay, and I'm hunting squirrels in the backyard, you're going to be like, I don't want to eat a squirrel, but then I'm going to deep fry that motherfucker. And you're going to be like, this is the best goddamn meal I've ever had.
You're going to make her an impossible squirrel?
And when I'm done with the carcass, hey, free fleshlight.
Hey, man.
Fleshlight.
I'm into, the native early Americans believed in using every part of what you kill.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't specify what for. I mean, hey.
Hey, man. You know? I mean, what are you going to do if there's no whacking material?
Well, I mean, whatevs. Didn't condoms used to be made out of sheepskin?
They still are, dude. Yeah. I got one right here.
Ew.
I'm wearing it right now.
Whoa.
Yeah, what?
Whoa,
I'm allergic to other stuff, man.
I think you're doing it wrong.
No.
Wait, what was that?
I was just, it's the sounds in my head, dude. God, I can't believe you heard it.
I mean, there was a splat, like...
Yeah, well, the zipper, and then...
Whoa.
What?
Wow. I can't see behind it from my angle. I can't see what you're doing.
You don't need to.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
you don't want to.
I'm good.
It's bad.
What up
It's
with
bad.
So are we? I got a question though.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to ask you this before. I'm sorry. Yeah. Are we only playing the pyramid game, or are we doing the weird no Trump game too?
I don't care what game. You want to play no Trump game?
We can do either of them or both of them. I don't care. I'm here. We're here for the party.
It is,
so we like our Jesus to party.
It's 9/11, bro. We all know this. And what better game to play?
Oh crap! Wait a minute.
Should we have a moment of silence?
Hold up. Wait, you know what? On some real shit. Maybe let's not do anything Trumpish today. Yeah, man.
Let the people mourn.
I'll be honest, full disclosure, I knew all day long, and I got here and I was having fun, so I kind of forgot. But, my heart goes, my dad is a vet. You know, before he passed away, my dad is a combat vet, actually.
Nice.
And, you know, it doesn't matter, combat or no, but shout out to all the vets who are in the military, who are serving, who are retired. Shout out to everybody.
First responders, cops.
Everybody.
Yeah, we support cops here, man.
Even the goddamn Coast Guard. Shout out to you guys.
Hey, they saved four guys from
exactly.
That's
why I brought them up. That's what I'm saying. Like these people are out there putting in work. They're putting their lives on the line.
Yeah.
You know, and we're sitting in here talking shit. You know what I'm saying? That like those dudes. Like it sounds,
that's what's real, man.
All the cliche shit to say, but those dudes are the heroes. Those dudes are the like. We're in here sleeping. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna sleep next to my wife.
I look up to Michael Jordan, but you know what you should look up to? That cop that went back into the Twin Towers 3 times, then died on the 3rd time. You know what I mean?
Who you would never look at twice on the street because he's just that dude. But he went back. He went in there, saved people, get out of there, turn around, look at the place, and walk back in there to try and save as many people as he can.
Died.
And then lose your life.
Know? Yeah.
Now, can you imagine? Now, I'm going to put it like this, and I'm not trying to make it about me. This is the quickest example I have. I'm trying to be very quick here.
Yeah, that's cool.
When I was about to die, I told you the story about when I almost drowned.
When you got hit by the on your bicycle?
No. Okay. When I almost drowned. When Brandy
When you
saved
hit
my life.
that semi-truck a couple days ago?
No. Not that one either. When I almost drowned. When Brandy... Yeah, the universe is trying to eliminate me.
Sorry,
it really is. No,
I got you, man.
It is.
Yeah.
But like when Brandy pulled me out of the river, like that was some ill shit because she looked and saw what happened and came in and got me. When that guy started drowning, the reason I was in the river, I saw what happened. I went in and got him. Now, if I'd have went in and it went left and I got out of the river safely, I can't tell you I'd have turned and looked and gone back in. You know what I'm saying? Now, to see that kind of disaster happening, and put yourself on the line, knowing you might not get
Did
home.
you save his life?
No, I will say we as a people, because once everybody saw my wife come in by herself and save me.
And she saved you.
Yeah,
wow.
so then people formed a hand chain, and we got everybody out. Yeah,
Talk about a hand job, man.
Exactly. It was a huge multi-person hand job. But, like,
amazing.
Nobody died that day, which was really cool.
Dude,
because 3 people were about to. So
that's amazing. It really is, man.
But again, nothing about me. The point I'm trying to make here in a really long-winded way, and I'm sorry, is that these are special people. These are a different kind of people because you're not crazy. You're not messed up in the head. You're fucking brave and you understand what this is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You understand that life is at stake. You understand you signed up for this job. You know what I mean? And okay, fine. I might not make it home tonight, but these kids and these people are going to make it home. That's next level human being. And those people deserve to be celebrated without the tainted part of the politics that go with it. They just deserve to be celebrated and remembered and mourned or whatever. But I hate it when people take this day and smear their political shit all over it. You know what I mean?
I'm the opposite, dude. I think that there's so many families that want answers still, there's people that have lost loved ones on this day 18 years ago that don't believe what the media told them, and they support these conspiracy theories. And for somebody to say, don't splatter your conspiracy theories on this day, let them mourn. Well, what about the families that believe in the conspiracy theories? So I think that if somebody's splattering conspiracy theories today, if you don't like it, just don't look at it.
Well, I feel that, but okay, so no, I don't mean conspiracy theories. I mean like how when I was like, hey, let's do the Trump game. I said, let's do the Trump game because no matter what side you're on, it's fun.
It's fun. It is really good.
But today is this day. So when I say let's not smear politics all over it, I mean, let's just leave it nice.
And so
let's just leave it clean, you know?
What river did you fall in? The Hillsborough River?
No, because I would have disintegrated from all the dirt and grossness inside of it.
And all the poop soup.
I do love, I love my town, represent, but yeah, Hillsborough River's dirty as hell.
What was it, the Alfaya?
No, it was...
Pithla Chascody?
No, it wasn't in Florida, it was in North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, I think that the Hillsborough River is so dirty that those manatees they're bionic.
Oh, hold on a second. What?
I don't know why you're playing this, but...
I know why. I'll tell you right now why.
I'm with it.
Here it comes.
Here for this.
Wait for the hook. Here it comes. Come on, Johnny, stay with me. I'm looking at the man in the river.
Jesus Christ, Kevin.
Sorry. That's a long way to go for that dumbass
You went
joke.
all the way around the back for this one, bruv. Like, you went round. Oh, man. And then you tainted it. I was enjoying it.
That was a good-ass story, and I'm proud of you. And it did correlate to the heroes and first responders, and you took it into your own hands as a citizen.
That's all I wanted to say.
But you're still
Shout
doing
out
the
to
river,
those
you know?
people, men and women. You know, I keep saying guys or dudes, but men and women. You know what I'm saying?
What
all
about
races, all whatever.
All genders?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all
Because that's
races,
important.
all everything. You know what I'm saying?
I'm being
It's not even
facetious.
about all that stuff.
I
It's
know.
like, you know, those people are awesome, and I think that as time goes, like I heard somebody that we both listen to sometimes speaking on it recently, and they were like, they were saying maybe
Building 7 didn't,
They were kind of saying something to the effect of like, you know, it's been so long, maybe we should like try to make light of it or lighten it up. I don't believe that's cool.
Not
because
today.
I think that like if somebody
maybe
I'm lucky enough to not have lost anybody in that disaster, but if I had, I wouldn't want to know that people feel there's a need to lighten up about this. You know what I mean?
That isn't.
I don't
that's
see,
not fake outrage when it comes from that place.
Yeah, no,
You know what I mean?
I feel like if you're lucky enough to not have lost someone today, then chill out and observe and you know, recognize nicely and it's all good, you know?
I wholeheartedly agree with you on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, I am quite the truther on this stuff, you know, as far as this day goes. But I haven't commented on people's social media. I've seen it.
Right.
But I didn't comment.
Well, I've seen
you know.
some ill shit today, yeah.
But, you know, 3 months ago, when the same people are still talking about it or whatever, I might jump in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because there's questions, you know.
Well,
But
and that's
whatever,
the thing.
you know?
I mean, we could hit this up tomorrow.
Oh, it
and
could be a
talk
huge
about
show,
it, you
yeah.
know what I mean?
It'd be 3 hours long, you
Because
know?
I'm with it. Like, let's not get it twisted. I'm with it.
Well, you could debunk it, or you could accept it, or you could just dream about it and see, well, maybe this, maybe that, whatever, you know?
And it's funny because people feel all sorts of ways about it.
Yeah.
Like, you talk to a lot of different people, you're going to hear a billion different ideas and billion different perspectives on it. And it's... The thing that sucks is like it's such a horrible disaster in human history, not even American history. This is like mostly American history, but this is some human history type stuff that is just horrible. But the thing that's almost more horrible than that is hearing how people feel about it now and what it did to people as far as how they feel about the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I think it's a misconception that the people that want answers from the government and have questions about it, maybe this doesn't make sense, or maybe this is a theory of mine, or whatever it might be, those people are getting shunned hard for even bringing it up. And it's like, well, everybody just chill out.
And that's
you know?
not fair. And I mean, I'm not a big... I don't want to keep saying stuff to make people think they know where I'm coming from, because I have a lot of... I'm not on a side usually. A lot of people call Johnny a liberal. They say Johnny's this and that, and
You're a little left, you know.
I would say, if gun in my face, I would admit to leaning a little bit to the left.
I do socially,
but my thing is, I look at shit and I'm like, well, what's fair? What makes sense here? What's going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I lean left socially on social issues, and I lean slightly right on fiscal issues, financial issues. You know, but for the most part, I'm in the middle.
Right.
And I kind of look at it both sides. Like, if you go a little too far on either side, I'm like, well, really? You know?
I don't care what anyone does unless it affects my life. You know what I mean? I think that we all have much bigger fish to fry in our lives, or in our home lives with our families and stuff. No matter what you are doing, or that guy's doing, or this lady's doing in their life, I don't care.
Now, I'm the opposite, man.
It doesn't affect me at all. If it does, then we're going to have to figure it out. But I don't care.
I do. I want to make sure that everybody thinks the same way I think, and that we're all on the same page. We're all going to move to Mars and start a colony, and it's going to be great. We're going to have dogs identifying as cats, cats identifying as dogs. I don't know, man. To me, it's
so tell the
crap
truth.
shit,
Are
man.
you from Lynchburg, Virginia? You sound like someone from Lynchburg.
No, man.
Okay.
I'm from the suburbs of Chicago, and
Lazing, Lynchburg. Take that.
I've been in Florida for 25 years, and like I said, dude, I lean slightly right constitutionally and fiscally, and I lean slightly left socially. You know what I mean? I believe that, there shouldn't be so much hate, and people should be able to express themselves, and people should be, I believe in equality, I believe in, freedom of speech and all that stuff, but I also believe that people should be able to keep more of what they work and less government's better.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree with a lot. I agree with almost all of that.
Kind of like the best things about both sides. You know what I mean?
I feel like a lot of, and I'm not trying to make things heavy at all, but I'll say this. I think that a lot of ways of thinking make sense, and they are practical, and they are ways of fixing things into the future over time. But I think that fighting against that, there's a lot of old sensibilities and a lot of old ideas and a lot of old generational values that, sadly enough, generational values go away with generations.
You're totally right about that, man. And it is starting to go away.
It's slowly but surely, but you see it's starting to happen from the ground up.
Our kids don't see color. It's amazing to watch that happen. You know what I mean?
At all.
It really is.
And then it's just proof that you have to teach a kid that bullshit.
Yeah.
But like if you look at the government right now, there's and it's mad slow. I will go ahead and admit that I see it here and there. The progress is very slow.
Oh, the government's
but
a
at least
fucking
it's happening.
joke right
but
now,
the
dude.
government is mostly, and I can't say all anymore, mostly old white gentlemen and women in suits.
And
that come from that way and that world of thinking, and it's like that's going to have to die off,
bro. And they're exploiting the younger crowd that's coming up, the junior senators like AOC and that whole fucking group.
Oh, yeah.
They're exploiting them, and the people don't see it, and the media is complacent. Yeah, and it's sad to watch, and it makes me say the same thing that I've been saying since I was like 16. Kill your TV.
Dude, for real.
Kill your TV.
For real. Because I
Stop
feel
watching it.
like my thing is, and I'm not trying to when I was a kid, I'll be honest, I was very angry little punk rock kid, nah, fuck all that. I didn't want to hear it at all, no matter what you were talking about. Now there's still a little bit of that, but it's only because I'm actually paying attention.
You see through the bullshit.
Yeah,
right?
and it's there are some people who come from their local government or their town, and they make it to the big show, and they go to Congress, or they go to the Senate, they go to whatever, and they're quickly funneled into these little clubs and these little groups and these little pockets and these, you know what I'm saying? And it's like you might have showed up in Washington with the best intentions, but now you're 5-10 years in, and you're one of these assholes,
and you've got $212 million from a $100,000 paycheck. How does that happen?
And you're in the pocket of some or several entities, and you better do and vote as they say, or else your life's going to get ruined.
And your donations and campaign contributions don't come from the district that you represent, but they come 99% of it comes from some other entities that have nothing to do with the district that you're elected to represent. And Bernie has a great point about this. If you look at the numbers from 200 years ago when they started this Congress and Senate and all that stuff, right? And they were like, we need to have X amount of senators and congressmen and legislation, for this amount of people. Mm-hmm. So you got, I don't know, I'll throw numbers out there. You got 2,000 people, you have one congressman. Well, now there's 330 million people, okay, whatever it is, and there's 144, whatever it is. There should be 5,000 representatives to make it work, and then it won't be so important when one person says something. It'll be a collection of everybody. It just doesn't. It's so backwards right now, man.
The most constant thing about the government, in my opinion, I'm not anti-government. Everybody, again, people get the wrong idea about me. And I'm sure over time, me being on the show, people will get to know where I'm really coming from. Or if you're out there and you listen and you see me sometime and you want to sit around and talk to me, I'm awesome to talk to, I promise. And it's you'll understand where I'm coming from personally. But I'll go ahead and say this. In my personal opinion, the only constant thing about our government, whether it's in good times, bad times, no matter what side you're on, you have to admit the duplicitous nature of our government. And I'm not a huge conspiracy theorist, but they're up there playing a game. They're up there playing a strategy game.
It's like George Carlin said, it's a big club and we're not in it.
Exactly. But we're the currency. We're the numbers.
Did I just laugh
You
like
feel
a
me?
middle-aged white guy? I went,
Oh, you did.
I totally
You
did.
laughed like
I'm
a
so sorry.
principal. You laughed like a high school principal. Just
I'm so
now,
far from that, dude.
Speaking of laughing, though, man, fuck all this bullshit.
I know.
Let's
Fuck it all.
Let's get to a happier place with like some.
Well, we
some
could
nicer-
break right in less than 2 minutes and come back and kill it. You want to do that?
Let's do that, and we will come back and we will murder it all until it's over.
I saw as
well. Let's do it.
Fuck yeah. All right, we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Lisa London, and you are listening to The Kevin Holly Show.
All I can say is trucker Kathy isn't gay. She likes driving trucks across the country. And all I can do is make a brand new song for her. And then she'll have dinner at Ruby Tuesday. Ruby Tuesday. And all I can say is Trucker Kathy isn't gay. Hopefully she'll listen again someday. Listen someday. Listen someday. Listen someday. This is Kevin Holly, host of The Kevin Holly Show, live on the IRN Internet Radio Network. One time I fell down the stairs. I know somebody who actually put a cat in their freezer. I have 2 guinea pigs. I have a goldfish that's 5 years old. I have a huge suckerfish. It's a Plico clitoris. You are listening to the IRN Internet Radio Network. The Kevin Holly Show, live on the IRN Internet Radio Network.
Swimming out to Southfield, well, it's swimming electric eel. Swimming out to Center Steel, got to keep it even keel. Swimming out to in between meals, let's go break down in here. Swimming out.
Man, this is Robert Wright, R-O-B-E-R-T, W-R-I-G-H-T.
Tell me what happened, Rob.
Oh, man, it all went down, man. I stayed right next door, man, from the thing that happened, man, the barbecue, man. I was barbecuing, man. I seen some fire just come out the window, man. The window busted out, man. Only thing I think first, man, make sure the ribs is right. And ran and got my family, man. Brung everybody out safely, man. I carry everybody out myself, man. You know what I mean? And keep this PG, everybody myself, man. I did that. Feel me?
You got kids and older people out, or just
Yeah, I got my kids first day. I got my kids, and I thought about my ribs. Like, I ain't gonna let my ribs burn and stuff, because I take pride in what I do, man. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was hungry, man. I was like, man, put the ribs on there, man. Some hot links and stuff, man. We got it going and stuff. But I looked over, man. The fire was bursting out, man. I was like, man, this is crazy, man. Real crazy, man. Get my kids about the situation, man. That's all I know. You feel me? And I'm from the Bay Area, man. You know I'm located in the Bay Area. You feel me? Out here now, but yeah, I'm from the Bay, man. They call me West Oakland, man. You know, but I'm gonna keep things going, man. Keep going, you know. But it was frantic, man. It was real serious out there, man. It was real serious, man. But yeah, man. Enjoy this barbecue, though, man. Have a good night, man. Hopefully they put us in a motel, man. You know what I mean? Because I ain't trying to come out the pocket. They owe me. They owe me for that one. You feel me?
Did you get injuries yourself?
Did I get any injuries?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, no, I ain't get no injuries and stuff except for all the smoke in my lungs and stuff. I already had smoke in my lungs, so I'm all right.
He already had smoke in his lungs, so he's aight.
That's outstanding, man. I tell you, I have so much I want to say about this right now. The first thing I'd like to say, if you don't remember, we're coming to you from the Kevin Holly Show, okay? It's KEVINHOLLYSHOW. It's a Kevin Holly Show. And they call me the West Coast Badass, dude. West Pasco Badass. I'm just telling you that right now. But this is outstanding. This is really good, man.
You feel me? Who wouldn't get those ribs? Those ribs look so good that you'd be a fool not to go back into a burning building.
Listen, I would fight a zombie for some good ribs, all right? I'd be like, all right, there's 30 zombies over there, and you can have your choice. There's gasoline and ammunition over there. I'd be like, dude, let's take them zombies out and get some ribs. That's good, you know, that's good stuff right there, man.
I agree, man. I think that I'm wondering. Like, I have one question. You know, what were the ribs on the grill, on the balcony? Were they in the oven, or did the apartment fire actually cook the ribs? You know,
or did the ribs? Did cooking the ribs? Did that start the fire?
What did he say? Okay,
hey, let's say rib dinners matter, dude.
Rib dinners matter.
You have to say rib
dinners matter for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this guy should be guarded as a national hero.
Fellas, I just had a thought, and I'm thinking about this as Jesse Jackson would. You know, Reverend Jesse Jackson.
I've heard of him before. Not real
if he would have heard this story, you know what he would have said? He says, now that's a good father. he took his wife and kids out before he got the ribs.
That's because the ribs weren't done yet. You know, they were still cooking. Yeah. He was smoking the ribs.
I'll guarantee you, he turned the
Naturally,
ribs over.
he's not only a good father, he's a good rib cooker too.
He turned the ribs over and got his kids.
He turned the ribs over, got his kids, ran them out, come back to the house.
It's like,
and yeah.
Well,
his decision making, he should be a quarterback.
Jesse Jackson would say,
"Where's our dump button? I want new Chuck. Where's old Chuck?
Yeah,
Chuck's not racist.
New Chuck, you might be. I don't know.
I hope
old Chuck.
I hope our deleting department. I hope our deleting editing department can correct my grammar there.
That's not grammar.
That's slang.
My slur.
No, well, yeah.
That was horrible.
I'm highly offended.
I don't know if I can continue with this.
Let's not make an issue of it then.
Let's not make an issue.
Man, this is Robert Wright. R-O-B-E-R-T.
Robert Wright's all right in my book.
I just want to say that the racist is P-O-P-S, Pops.
I used to be a nice guy, but now that I'm up, Chuck, no more of that shit. It's dog eat dog and dog eat dog. And don't give me no shit.
James Brown, live on the Kevin Holly Show. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Brown. How are you?
I'm good.
Ah, man, that's great, man.
I've been dead a long time. I'm ready to do this.
You ready? I'm so ready for this as well. Again, thanks for doing this. Before I start with you, it's been a long time since you passed away.
Long time.
You're here now with us from the grave, and the Dome Tower is haunted. And of all the ghosts to join us...
Ooh, I don't like those ghosts.
No, but you're fine, so I'm glad you're here. You don't scare me. You don't scare me at all. In fact, I welcome your spirit.
Good. I love you, Kevin. I love everybody.
Yeah? So, you're going on tour soon. Now, the people that are opening for you are mumble rappers.
Yes.
Mumble rap.
YB40.
YB40? No, I think it's UB40.
No, they YB40.
Okay.
New band.
It's a new band, huh?
New band. I found them. Memphis.
You discovered them?
In Memphis.
Yeah? What's Memphis like?
Beautiful. Warm. Sexy. A sex machine.
All right, well, let's get into it. Without further ado, you wanted to do a little mumble rap, right?
I invented mumble rap. 1952 Memphis.
Will you do a little mumble rap for us tonight?
I will.
All right, here we go. I got the beat you wanted. Here it is.
Fitting to rub my chest, fitting to rub you west, fitting to build a nest, spitting like I'm the best. I goes to Egypt, dig up bitches. I fuck them mummies hard till they bustin' them stitches. Riches like gold, don't care if it's old. I'm gonna take mines any way I can, get that shit rolled. I'm hitting the club, $50 rubs, champagne in the tubs. I'ma bear you a cub. What time is it, Kevin? What time is it, Kevin? What time to eat, Kevin? Yo, what time, Kevin?
Time to get lit.
Time to get lit.
Time to get lit.
Time to get lit.
Everybody's getting lit.
Time to get lit.
Everybody's getting lit.
Time to get lit.
Everybody's getting lit.
Everybody
getting lit.
Party. Bacardi. Don't be tardy. Be smarty. Build muscle. For your hustle. Do your thing. Chicken wang. Making dollars. Hear me holler. Never been a G to do it like me. LA to Philly, it's the brothers Holly. What time is it, Kevin? What time is it, Kevin? What time is it, Kevin? Yo, what time is it, Kevin? It's time to get lit.
Everybody get lit.
It's time to get lit.
Everybody get lit.
Just hear this shit.
Everybody get lit.
It's time to get lit.
Everybody get lit.
Ha! Yeah. Back off of it. Let me see that. Yeah. Sex now. I'm getting sexy now. I'm getting sexy now. Gotta get sexy. What do you think, man? You like it?
I thought that was really, really good. That's a rap right there. Mr. Brown, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Let me turn this beat down here.
What's a good beat?
What's it like living in America?
I don't know, it's hard. It's hard. I mean, there's the man, and then there's, I don't know, when you're dead, it's hard. But I don't care about that. I'm just happy to be back.
What about the Kevin Holly show? I heard you're a big fan.
Good show. Good show. Good guy, that Kevin Holly. Kevin Holly. Holly. Yeah, Kevin Holly.
That's me.
Hallelujah.
All right, calm down for a second there, Mr. Brown. What's your favorite TV show?
I used to be a big fan of that Cosby Show. That got fucked up, though. Big time.
Whoa, how did it... I mean, it was a family-oriented show.
I like to make love with the ladies, too. Any way I can, but that guy, he overstepped his boundaries.
Like how? He's innocent.
You don't need drugs to get a woman interested in you. You just need to be sexy.
Sexy how?
Like a sex machine. God damn. Yeah.
How about a promo? Give me a liner for the Kevin Holly show, if you don't mind.
Papa got a brand new bag, and it is on Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. This is James Brown saying, ha!
You didn't say shit about the Kevin Holly show.
Fuck Kevin Holly. It's a James Brown show. I'm back from the grave.
No, it's my show, James.
This is James Brown, and you're listening to the Kevin Holly Show. And it's live from America.
Thank you. That was really good.
Yeah, I know.
Well, what do you...
What?
When's the next time you're gonna be performing?
What's so funny?
Nothing. Look at this screen.
You making fun of James Brown?
It's lit.
Are you making fun of James Brown? Get over here.
Ow!
I may be dead, but I can still whoop your ass, boy.
Ow! Hey!
Chicago, Detroit City. This is James Brown, and you're listening to the Kevin Holly Show. And it's live from America. Kevin Holly.
That's me.
Hallelujah. Papa got a brand new bag, and it is on Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. This is James Brown saying, ha! Fuck Kevin Holly.
This radio person is the whole problem. Are we going to allow this guy to be heard by anyone who can turn a dial?
I've got a pirate radio station. Nobody knows who he is.
You out there? You listening?
Sorry, dude. I can't. James Brown! I can't. It's just ridiculous. Hey, welcome back to the Kevin Holly Show. We're live. It is the final segment of the Kevin Holly Show. Jonny Jones is feverishly writing down his 5 words for the upcoming pyramid game that we're about to do. But before we get into the pyramid game, I'm going to get into a little something called the news. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for Strange News on the Kevin Holly Show. Jonny Jones in the studio with me.
Oh, yeah.
And I got to ask you, Johnny, there's a lot of hype going around since, I don't know, the last 20, 30 years about climate change. It was called global warming, then it was climate change. And I don't know. I don't want to get into conspiracy theories. I don't want to get into, do you believe in it? Do you not believe in it? I think that we have one thing in common, not just you and I, but everyone collectively in America, in the world for the most part. We all want a clean planet. I don't think there's many people out there, maybe a few corporate entities that don't care, they're about the money. But for the most part, I would say 99.9% of the people of the world want a clean planet. They want clean drinking water. We're all on the same page. Am I right?
Agreed.
Okay, so we had this huge Democratic presidential town hall on the climate crisis. It's a crisis, AOC says we're all going to die in 12 years if we don't do something about climate change.
Buttigieg.
Yeah, Buttigieg says, I got it right here, man. I got quotes from these people, okay? He says, right here.
His name is Buttigieg.
I know, it's Buttigieg.
It's almost Buttigieg.
He says, this is Beto O'Rourke. My son Henry, who's 8 years old, when I was talking to him the other night, he asked me, Dad, if you win and become president, we get to live in El Paso, right? He knew because I told him about the warming we face, that our community will be uninhabitable and will not sustain on this current trajectory unless something dramatically and fundamentally changes. So they're all going to die if they don't move to El Paso. Or
this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
I know, thank you so much, because I agree. Now, like I said, and I'm going to make this very prominent, we all want a clean planet. We all respect Mother Earth. All of us. I do. I don't litter. I don't want to burn too many fossil fuels. I don't want to eat too many cows. I don't want any of that bad stuff, okay?
Right.
But it's getting out of hand, okay? Another quote from another candidate, Elizabeth Warren. My administration, we are not going to build any more nuclear power plants. Okay, maybe you shouldn't. Look at Fukushima.
Yeah, there's enough nukes on this planet to make a new asteroid belt. I mean, come on.
Yeah. If it's good for the environment, it's good for the environment, it's good for your health, so eat less meat, says Andrew Yang. All right, these people are saying all these things, all this stuff, right? And during the climate crisis town hall that was on CNN for 7 hours. 7 hours of programming.
Damn.
Okay, all they did was talk about it. Pete Buttigieg, Beto O'Rourke.
Hickenlooper. Is Hickenlooper still around?
Yeah,
he's done?
I think he's done, yeah.
Oh my God.
But they were all there, right? But the middle of this debate, this town hall, on CNN, they break to commercial. What's the commercial?
Oh, wow.
It's Golden Corral advertising, and there's a fork and some steak.
So that should show you what it really is right there. If you're watching and you're paying attention, something like that should show you what it really is. Again, no matter what side you're on, I'm not trying to push a side.
No.
With this, but it's like
not here.
I mean, come on.
For real.
That's almost pretty. That's pretty funny.
And Obama went and bought like a $15 million house that he declared that property would be underwater, and then he went and invested all this money in it.
Again,
I don't get it.
Dudes and women in dudes in suits, man. They're just dudes and women in suits. They're just shit humans like you and me, and they've been given power. They're
Jonny
dudes
Jones.
in suits. Don't trust them, man. I mean, do but don't. Question. I'm a question everything person. If you prove it to me, I'll sit down and be quiet.
Can you question Julian Castro? His quote: "Too often times, it is people who are poor, communities of color, who take the brunt of storms that are getting more frequent and more powerful." So my plan calls for new legislation that will address environmental racism.
I hate this.
These storms are going to only come. The storms are going to get worse for the poor people.
Killing the black people.
It's ridiculous.
If you're black or brown or ethnic, the hurricanes come in for you first. Like what the. Dude, okay, can I say something?
Yeah, well, let's hear Elizabeth Warren, and then I want your comment
okay,
here.
let's get it.
Why isn't it playing here? Here we go.
Presidency, it would be unconstitutional.
This is the hardest thing we will have done, certainly in my lifetime as a country. This is on par with winning World War II, perhaps even more challenging than that.
My son Henry, who's 8 years old, when I was talking to him the other night, he asked me, "Dad, if you win and you become president, we get to live in El Paso, right?" He knew, because I had told him about the warming that we face, that our community will be uninhabitable, will not sustain human life along this current trajectory unless something dramatically and fundamentally changes.
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking.
In my administration, we're not going to build any new nuclear power plants.
Do you ban plastic straws? I think we should. Yes.
There are a lot of ways that we try to change our energy consumption.
I mean, look, I'm going to be honest. It's really difficult to drink out of a paper straw when if you don't gulp it down immediately, it starts to bend.
Some of it is with light bulbs.
Yes. And then the little thing catches it, and then,
some of it is on straws.
So we got to kind of perfect that one a little bit more.
I think it's scare tactics, Johnny. What do you think?
It's always scare I feel like that there's things. It depends on what the realm we're in as far as politics, but I feel like there's either an unseen devil that they know about but ain't going to tell you all about because they don't have to, and that's the way things go, or there's stuff that they're just not even addressing. Okay, so just now, plastic straws versus paper straws. Who gives a damn? We're talking about
the turtles give a damn.
This is a presidential
but what
situation.
What kills more turtles? Plastic straws or nets? Why aren't they talking about nets?
Why don't we change the way we carry beer? You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, oh well, all you got to do is cut it before you put it in the trash. No one does that. There's I
do actually do that.
Okay, Kev does that, but not enough people do that to where it would matter. You know what I'm saying? So you're talking about, oh well, plastic straws do this. These beer can carriers have been doing that for the longest time. Why haven't we modified those on a massive
certain companies
scale?
have them being biodegradable. They disintegrate in the salt water.
Dude, word?
Yeah. So check this out.
Why don't we all? Why? That's what I'm trying to say though. Why is that not the rule? Why can't?
Dude. Let's talk for just a second. I don't want to get into a big debate. We don't have a lot of time. We got not a lot of time. But the whole gun laws.
Okay.
Here's a simple solution. Instead of having red flag laws, where I say, "Oh man, Jonny Jones had a bad night. He owns a gun. You got to take it away from him because he was a dick to me." You know what I mean? Or your wife is like, "Man, we had a fight. He's got a gun, and I want to get him right now. And here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to say he's crazy." It's a fight between people that are couples that are fighting. You know what I mean? There's so many. It takes away from the actual. So go with me on this. You want to make a good? I got an idea for a really good way to combat gun violence in America. Get rid of the private sales. I can no longer sell a gun to you privately.
Right.
Even if I use a federal form, I don't have the capability of doing a background check. I don't know if you're mentally ill or not. I don't know who the fuck you are,
Right.
but I can still sell you my gun. You want to buy this gun right now?
This is a debate that I have with my wife. So I'm totally ready to talk about this. Me and her, or her and I rather, sorry.
Yeah, keep it grammatically correct.
Yeah, I try to. I
For the love
usually
of
do.
God.
I usually do. That was a slip up. You keep giving me beer, but basically, I feel like guns are. Jesus Christ. I hate talking about guns because everybody feels so strongly one way or another. I think guns are completely necessary. I am a believer of, listen, you can't just ban everything because heroin is illegal. If people want it, they're gonna find it. Guns, if I had whatever my reason is, good or bad, if I want to procure a firearm, I'll do it by the end of the night. I could do it before the sun comes up if I really wanted to.
Anybody could.
You know what I mean? And so that is a problem because I could be the most mentally unstable person in the world. I could have bad intentions. I'm looking for a gun for this, for that. Or maybe I'm looking for a gun for home protection.
Or maybe you're looking for a knife or a hammer.
But you can't discern that from someone upon, hey, I'd like to buy a gun, please. So I agree with the private sales dilemma, if you will. But at the same time, I am like we had not an argument, but we have a disagreement because I want to go to a gun show and be like, hey, what do I see here? What do we got? If they got anything cool, then maybe I'll take something home with me. Maybe not, you know. Her thing is, no, hold up, that's not the right way to do it. I'm like, but I know that, but I'm not a criminal. I'm not mentally unstable, and I want this weapon for our protection. What are you going to say to me if I walk out the door tomorrow and I'm the victim of gun violence or something that I could have prevented or, you know, gotten out of if I was packing, no matter how I got that gun? Because I wasn't going to use it for anything bad. I could have used it to save my life, but I didn't buy it.
Fucking theory. 100%.
I didn't buy it because of the moral thing. Now, but see, that's
criminals
the thing.
don't care.
And that's the thing. I see both sides of it. I know that's why we always dead the conversation. I don't know if you talk like that. I talk like that. When I say dead, I mean we stopped. We killed.
Yeah, no, I hear
that's
you.
why we deaded every time it comes up. We dead the conversation after like a minute.
It's a moot
because
point.
We're not. I'm not going to disrespect her and go to a gun show without her and come home with a pistol. You know what I'm saying? And she is very, very right in her standpoint too.
Now, does she have some of the common what are they called slogans or puns? Well, like
do you smell what Brandy is cooking?
I've loved to
that's
see
the
what
bottom
she
line
cooks.
because Brandy said so.
Are you a good cook, Brandy? Yeah. Good for you, Johnny.
She throws down. Yeah, that's cool.
It's not all about Capri Suns and guns.
It's not. Sometimes it's about that good Italian / Chinese cooking.
Oh yeah. So, dude, so if criminals aren't going to follow rules, then no more new rules. We got 17,000.
What if it was chaos, Kev? And this is all what if. This is all hypothetical.
Yeah.
But in a chaotic situation or a wild west situation,
the slogan is, it's better to have a gun and not need it than need it and not have it.
I drive to and from all different places all day, every day, all week long. Unfortunately, sometimes I see road rage go down. Sometimes I see people losing their cool over dumb shit.
You ever pulled a gun on somebody?
No.
Me neither, but guess what?
I've had one pulled on me.
I have too.
Yeah.
But I do tell you what, I carry a gun every day.
Dude, you want to know something? And I'll be honest with you. Right now, I do not because I don't have my concealed carry.
Yeah.
So I can't say that I'm always with it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Don't come trying to step into my house because if you get past the dogs,
fucking ridiculous.
If you get past Sonny and Maddie, well, you got some choices to make real quick.
I don't sleep, Johnny. I wait.
Right?
You know what I mean?
But that's the thing, though. I always do like I always do make it to sleep after a while because I'm not that over the edge about my paranoia yet, but I watch the world, man.
Yeah.
And year after year, shit's getting crazier and the idiots are getting bolder. I never look for trouble. Unfortunately, trouble's always looking for everyone.
Yeah.
So if I'm minding my own business, whether I'm at home or nowhere else, if I'm minding my own business and somebody's on some other shit and I'm in their way, but I don't have it because I chose to be morally... That's why we always kill it because I can't concede. I can shut up because I see exactly where you're coming from. I'll be quiet.
Totally
you be quiet.
Yeah.
We'll be quiet. But and if you ask me right now, I would say, yeah, if it wasn't for my wife, I probably would go and get. I would get my guns that way more often than not, because there's a gun show every couple months in down.
Yeah,
in
I mean, I traded scuba equipment to a police officer and got his service weapon.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
my favorite gun. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It is so awesome, dude. Really.
That is actually really cool.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, man. It's like, and it was a perfectly legal transaction, too. You know what I mean? It's filed. My serial number is associated with my name.
I was with someone, and the guy behind the counter, I forgot what the issue was, but he was being denied a firearm. And the guy looked him in the eye and then looked at me and said, just have him buy it for you. He's like, if it's a gift... You know what I'm saying? Wow. There's all sorts. And then the thing, and I don't want to get into this so hard because it is polarizing. I was unaware, like, guns, rifles, this, different kinds of guns. I was unaware of modulation until about 1.5 years ago. And that shit, I was like, that was like kind of like okay, now I understand why we're on all different levels with the gun talk, because I had no idea you could take a pistol and turn that bitch into a rifle almost. You know what I mean? Yeah. And there's language involved. Right, but there's language involved I wasn't aware of.
Well, here's two things. How many school shooters, mass shooters in recent history legally obtain their guns and have a concealed permit? No. You know what I mean?
Well, the one that went down in Texas about a month ago, They brought up the dilemma. I was watching. I forgot what I was watching.
His dad said he was expelled from his school or something like that. Right?
But the one that happened, I think it was at Texas. At not the Walmart one. It was at a festival. The one that happened at a festival where the guy, he purchased his firearm legally, but then he snuck in the back of the festival. Like security, they were like, you can't say nothing about security. Security got to the guy in under a minute once he started firing.
Well, but evil is going to be around.
That's what I'm trying to say,
man. Yeah,
that is where I'm going with this.
It's better. The only thing that's going to stop evil with a gun is a good guy with a gun, and that's what happened. That's how they stopped it.
I mean, and that's the thing. Like, a lot of people, I would say this to people, no matter what side of this argument you're on. Don't get caught up in the fucking gunslinging fantasy. There's some gun nuts out there that are just waiting on something to pop off. That's the truth.
Yeah, but they're not shooting up schools, though.
There's a lot more people out there who are scared as shit and would get petrified. Some shit does start popping off. They got their sidearm on them. They're petrified.
Remember the movie Reservoir Dogs?
Yeah.
When they're like carjacking that woman. Yeah. They didn't want to hurt that woman.
No.
They just wanted her car. And what did she do? Reach in the glove box and shot him right in the gut. You know?
And now Mr. Orange is bleeding in a garage.
It's the most painful wound. You'll be fine.
You hurt bad, kid, but you're not dying. Yeah. He's fucking bleeding out in the back seat.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll skip over this for the most part.
Man. Yeah,
I got to say though, welcome Mike Peter to the Kevin Holly Show.
Oh no, wait, Mike Peter's in.
He's in. Now I'm having a hard time with the chat room right now. Spreaker's having some hiccups. The show's still on. We're on Iron Broadcast. We're on Spreaker, but I can't comment for some reason in the chat room. It's saying click retry. I don't know.
Can Mike Peter hear us right now?
I'm sure he can hear us. He's broadcasting us live on his network.
Thank you, Mike.
IronBroadcast.com. Also, I want to mention MarijuanaGolf.com, our sponsor.
Marijuana Golf?
MarijuanaGolf.com. Check them out. Go to MarijuanaGolf.com. Type in The Kevin Holly Show, all one word, in the promo box at checkout and get $10 off a beautiful, breathable golf polo. Get your tees, your golf balls with the Marijuana Golf logo.
They have Marijuana Golf tees. I don't rock polos. They got tees.
Tee it up high.
Okay.
Hit the green, dude.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, wouldn't it be cool if Marijuana Golf opened a putt-putt park?
Oh, dude.
How amazing. An adult putt-putt park? Marijuana Golf.
I love that idea, man.
Those are your people, right? Tell them to holler at me. I got ideas.
Darren, what's up, man?
Holler at me, Darren. we got ideas.
The number to call on the show tonight, 727-550-7886 if you want to jump in. And we will take your calls. We don't have a lot of time left, but we do want to play the pyramid game.
I'm into it.
Are you ready for this?
I am. If anybody, it would be so cool if somebody called on my first night as a member of the show.
What? Well, like to just to chat?
Call and say what's up to the new guy on the show.
The nude guy? What?
Well, if you call, we can talk.
I can't see you because you're black.
You never know if you don't call. That's how I make all my kills.
Brady, what?
That's how I make all my kills.
Brady's looking at me like that was a tasteless joke.
No, it's because she's my wife and she loves me and she don't like it when people say that type of shit.
I'm sorry. Fuck, come on, man.
Dude, you keep forgetting my wife's the mean one.
I know, right?
Brandy's the more ferocious of the two.
She seems really level-headed, though. You know,
I'll show you video footage sometime when she's not here of like Brandy's fight footage.
727-550.
The girl's savage.
550-7886. I don't want to see your home videos of you and your wife.
No, not me. It's not. No, those are different.
I mean,
you got to pay for that. You make an account on a well-known website. But anyway,
RedTube, Reddit, something like that.
Do people still use RedTube?
I don't know. Dude.
I haven't used RedTube since I was like 20-something.
Bergie does.
Does he?
I think so. It's part of the ShadowNet.
Figures. That's a ShadowNet porn.
727
It's conspiracy porn.
Every time I say the numbers, you talk. Stop talking.
I'm sorry.
727-550-7886. Call the show. Oh, Jesus Christ. So, dude, are you ready to play the pyramid game?
Let's get it, man. I'm ready.
I'm always ready. And now listen, it's my favorite game to play on a podcast or an internet radio show or whatever. I'm going to bring the pyramid game with me anywhere I go. I don't care who else has ever done it. I really don't care. Because to me, it's fun. And tonight, you're going to understand why. Just like you did last week, the week before that, or whenever you've ever listened. The pyramid game is golden.
He's going to say something so racist.
No. Not at all, dude. I don't do that, dude. What? I don't, man. Where is our pyramid game music? Has disappeared, bro.
Well, I'm ready. I got my words.
I know, but it turned into Man in the Mirror instead of...
Well, can that be like the pyramid theme song tonight?
I'm looking at the man in the river. All right. Here we go, dude. It's time. Let's do it. Time for the pyramid game. Come on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a game that we play on the Kevin Alley Show where we come up with 5 words, quiz each other with clues, and then we try to guess which word goes with which clue. Hopefully it has a theme at the end. We're going to go 1 round, back and forth. Kevin versus Johnny, Johnny versus Kevin.
Woo. Shout out to Sonny Bono. Let's get it.
I have the weirdest Bono right now. Thank you.
No reason Bonos are the best.
All right, Johnny, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
All right, I'm ready if you're ready.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Say what?
30 seconds on the board.
All right, so these are a device to make you mobile, but the wheels are all in one straight line.
Well, what is a rollerblade?
Very good.
Thank
so,
you. Hold on.
Very good. Now, this is a group of guys. They play music together. They're from Seattle.
The Beatles, Soundgarden,
no,
Nirvana,
no,
Pearl Jam.
Yes. Okay, so
woo!
This is I can't tell you the name of the show. That would be cheating. But there's a young man who he's always wondering if he was the reason for it or not. If when something happens, he wonders if he was the reason.
Everybody blames Chris.
No. Like he wonders, am I the reason for that?
Did I do that? Urkel.
Yes.
Steve Urkel show.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Now,
hold on, slow down. Are you on amphetamines right now?
No, I'm on the pyramid, man. I'm trying to win.
Okay, all right. It's not a race. It's a journey.
Sorry. So, okay. Before there were all these high-speed modems, there was
a BBS, bulletin board system. Dial-up.
Thank you.
But you said modems. Before modems can't be dial-up, that was modems.
My bad. Sorry. You got it anyway.
Before internet was...
You got it anyway.
Okay.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, all right.
My bad. Okay, so this is a show, and everybody on the show.
What is Mad Control?
No, everybody on this show lived in a really great apartment, and they hung out at a really great coffee shop attached to their apartment, even though none of them had jobs half the time.
Well, Friends.
Yes. Now, you have Rollerblades, Pearl Jam, Steve Urkel, Dial-Up, and Friends. What do those all bang have in common?
These are all things that Jonny Jones grew up with his plush toys. He had plush toys of all these things from the 90s in his bedroom.
You know something? Well, hold on. Brandy, can you see this? Yeah. Should I give it to him?
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
No. But he insulted me first.
But why? How? But why?
He keeps on talking about my plush toys. The plush toys that you won, you got it. It was the 90s.
The 90s.
Yeah, it was. I mean, yeah. I thought that
it was Jonny Jones 90s.
Pearl Jam, Urkel, and Dial-Up. That's all. Yeah, I thought you.
But Pearl Jam, honestly, I love Eddie Vedder.
Dude, I think Eddie Vedder.
Slightly gay for him.
I think Eddie Vedder's a talented guy. I think for a while there, he got way too far up his own ass. Like the whole.
I'd like to get far up his ass.
I bet you would. The whole thing, like I thought his heart was in the right place with the whole Ticketmaster situation. I just feel like he's a little bit pretentious now. But I don't know the man personally. You got your words ready?
I do. A new number for the show, 727-237-6010. The hotline's down. 727-237-6010. But wait until after I grill Jonny Jones.
Let's go. I'm ready.
On the Pyramid Game. All right, dude. It's rough running the board and trying to pay attention to what you say, man. I'm sorry.
You're a cowboy over there. You're rocking.
Fucking A, man. Pew, 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 pew. All right, Johnny, are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, man. Here we go. 30 seconds on the board.
All right.
Jonny Jones, first word. It's my second vehicle. I drive it part-time. It seats 7. Has a roof rack for my kayaks. They call it a mommy rocket.
An SUV?
Close. It's got dual sliding doors on the side.
Oh, a minivan.
Woo! Minivan's correct. Second question. This is, hey Dick, how's your Peterbilt?
What is a dick joke?
It's another type of vehicle.
Oh, a truck. Like a Peterbilt's a big old truck, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. A semi-truck.
Yeah, I call those big old trucks.
Big old trucks, okay. I call your mom's cans big old trucks.
Me too.
All right, cool. You're like, when you were a baby, you're like, can I get some of the milk from them big old trucks?
Exactly.
I don't know, whatever. So, okay, question number 3. Another type of transportation. It has 2 wheels and pedals.
Motorcycle.
Close.
Bicycle.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to ride my bicycle.
Shout out Freddie Mercury.
Okay, this is another type of vehicle. It is similar to the minivan, but it's a little more stout. It has a little bit more potential to tackle rough tasks.
Was like a truck, like a tractor.
No, it's like a truck, but it's got a top on it, and you can sit inside of it. You may have mentioned it earlier.
Like a truck you can sit on top of.
It's a 3-letter
an SUV.
Yes,
okay.
The buzzer.
Oh, cool, woohoo! Yeah. So wait a minute. What? Run them again?
Not yet.
Them,
got one more.
Oh shit. Okay.
This is 2 words. Another type of transportation.
Okay.
This is if I have a fig Newton and I throw it, then I have a far fig Newton. And this is their particular vehicle that looks like an insect.
It's a Volkswagen Bug.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah.
I'm really good at this, Johnny. So are you.
Thanks, man.
So that's all 5. You got them all. Minivan, semi-truck, bicycle, SUV, and Volkswagen Beetle. What do they all have to do with each other?
Minivan. Okay, so we got minivan.
Semi-truck.
A semi-truck.
Bicycle.
A bicycle.
SUV. Volkswagen Beetle.
A Volkswagen Beetle. Minivan, semi-truck, bicycle. If the Beetle was a Hyundai, then it would be all vehicles that I've been involved in an accident in.
Oh my god, dude!
Did I get it?
Oh,
yes! Yes,
oh
that's
my
awesome!
God.
That's
I can't
awesome!
believe you nailed that!
Yes, that's sick!
Those are all things that you've either crashed into, or have crashed into you, or potentially you're gonna fucking crash into!
Aw, that's beautiful.
Holy shit.
And you know what? I haven't crashed a bug yet, but I will, and it's fine. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We'll get around to it.
Oh, you've stomped on a Beetle before, I'm sure.
It counts.
Oh my god, dude, look at it, says it right there.
That's so sick, he's not lying.
Fuck yeah!
Dude, that's badass.
Oh, welcome to the...
Welcome back,
Johnny.
I have arrived. Yes.
All right, we'll be taking phone calls. 727-237-6010.
TKHS, bitches.
Woo!
Booyah.
Jonny Jones in the house.
That was sick.
Oh, man, I thought about that for like 7 straight days, dude. I was like, that is exactly what I'm doing for the Pyramid Game when it comes up.
Because when you said the bug, I was like, well, shit. Because then I kept thinking about it, and right before I said it the second time, I was like, wait, hold up. And then I was like, okay, I get it. That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you. I pride myself in not too much pride though. You know what I mean?
No, well done.
Thank you. No, you well done.
Thank you. Well, I finally got the hang of it this time.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That was cool.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
That was sick, dude. So I want to say something really fast.
Well, you can say it slowly.
Okay. Well, I'm watching the time and shit. I want to keep everything all cool. But
godsend, man.
Bro, I really do. I appreciate being here. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate having you.
You know me.
We got warm and fuzzies going on in here.
Well, kind of. Yeah, I mean, you know me off the air, and you know what's going on. You know what I'm up to. You know what I'm saying?
Well, not really. I mean, you keep everything a fucking secret.
Am I allowed to speak on it here? Is that bad?
Speak of whatever you want. This is your show. It's our show.
Well, cool, man. Cool.
It's me, you.
Well, because I have, I love this format. I love this medium, and I'm working on my own stuff. Me and Joey and I, damn it, have a podcast coming out in a matter of days, actually. We've been working. We've been putting it together. And you and Stan and Mike and everybody's, both Mikes, what up Tyree, everybody's had our backs, and everybody's been really cool. And then to get asked to come and be a part of this energy, which I love this energy. You know what I mean?
Thanks, man.
I can't believe you asked me. I'm stoked. And
I can't believe you've ever even come here.
Oh man, it's awesome.
And to have you in here and Mosh,
dude, it's cool.
Yeah,
it's very cool.
I'm surrounded by greatness. You know,
likewise, and I feel like this is a really cool opportunity, but also it's really dope that it's an opportunity with my boys and with people that I actually really dig outside of this building and off the microphone and stuff. And I appreciate you, Mike, Peter, and IRN, Stan, and all them. I really appreciate you guys, and I really feel like this energy and this vibe, it's going to carry way far past here. I can't wait to see what's coming.
I like what you're saying, man, and I'm picking up what you're throwing down, and I like the energy, and I love Mosh's drive as well. Mm-hmm. He's full throttle all the time.
Mosh ain't playing no games.
No, man, he's fucking dramatic as fuck too.
He's
Pardon
not
my
playing.
French. But he's a tough nut to crack, and he's all business, and just whatever's on his mind, he's not scared, dude.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's tough, man. It's tough to fucking hang with that guy,
dude.
But I'll tell you what, he brings it.
Yeah, he's sick.
Let me tell you something.
Shit.
You know what's cute, dude? Two things. Number one, you can't see this chat board unless you got it on your phone.
I don't.
Okay, you should do that next time.
Okay.
Because you can interact in the chat room.
Word, yeah. I wasn't even looking, damn.
Yeah, and I'm going to have a laptop at every station from now on, too. So I'm going to I have 2 more Mosh's own, whatever. If you want to bring one, you can.
Okay.
But anyway, looking in the chat room, Mike Peter says, I can't get through on the phone for some reason, but you guys are doing a great job tonight. You and Johnny have great chemistry.
Oh, awesome.
And you didn't even know that when you said the nice things about, you know what I'm saying?
I really didn't know. I can't see the chat.
That's cute.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, thank you, Mike.
He also says, shameless plug, coming up next is the John LeBang Show. It's the Adventures episode, part 1 and 2. Booyah. I'm in that. I did a voiceover. I am the character Beggar Slim in the airport. If you listen to the show, it's fun.
Nice.
Yeah, it was one of my first voiceovers. I've done a few now.
True.
I think that was like my second or third one. But the most special. John LeBang is a hero of mine. So
John
stick
LeBang's
around.
Dope.
11 p.m. tonight on the IRNbroadcast.com. John LeBang Show, immediately following this program. Definitely check it out. It'll blow your mind how good he is.
Sick.
It's the way he just puts it all together. It's fantastic. It really is. And your friend Joey is the second cute thing. How cute is Joey?
Joey's the man.
He's so cute.
That's my boy.
You know? He looks like Michael Stipe from REM.
I've known Joey since he was a kid, literally. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my dog.
That's cool. Don't get me wrong. He doesn't look like skinny Michael Stipe from REM.
No.
Joey's a little more stout, but he was wearing that same hat, you know? Shiny, happy people.
No, you know who Joey looks like? Joey looks like Chet Stipe, Michael Stipe's older brother. He looks like Chet Stipe.
It's time to pay the piper.
Time to pay the piper, shit nugget, or whatever he called it.
Did we both just touch on Chet?
Weird science. Weird science, kid. Yes. Oh, this is going to be awesome. Yes, this is going to work out. This is going to all work out.
Did I wake up in the middle of the night and puke in your sink, dude?
Yeah, dude. Oh, my God. Okay, so what does he say when the chick, what's her name? Kelly LeBrock, I think, right?
God, so hot
and she's
back
like,
then,
I can be a real serious bitch if you don't give me what I want. And he's like, you take your best shot. And then when Anthony Michael Hall and the other kids show up at the house, she's turned him into a pile of crap.
Yes.
And he's like, hey, you guys. Dude, that movie was so awesome.
I got it right here. Here we go.
Don't worry, Alex.
Oh, it's a making a commercial.
Your video will play in 5, 4, 3, 2.
I need RedTube. No, YouTube Red.
Buttwad.
There it is.
Let's play it again. Hold on, I skipped it.
You stewed, buttwad. You stewed, buttwad.
You're
stewed, buttwad.
Me?
Who, me?
Know what time it is?
Oh, look at this
guy.
Time is it?
Look at this guy.
What time is it, Chet?
Time to pay the fiddler.
Fiddler, not the piper, the fiddler. Oh.
Look at this fool.
Oh.
I was kind of counting on you to be human about this. Here's the bottom line, Wyatt. I'm telling Mom and Dad everything. I'm even considering making up some shit.
Exactly.
Shit, name your price.
Stewed, buttwad.
Dude, buttwad.
Holy shit, do that again. Hold on. Is it Jonny Jones or is it Chet from Weird Science?
You stewed,
buttwad. You stewed, buttwad.
I'm going to start calling Brandy that now.
Buttwad or
Buttwad.
Chet? If you call her Chet,
I'm not
that's
going to call her
weird.
Chet.
Yeah, that'd be weird,
Take
man.
a swing at me for that.
Brandy's
makes
like,
me mad.
stop calling me Stu. And you're like, I'm scared of the poop stew in the pool.
Stewed, buttwad. Or maybe I'll switch it up a bit. Well, Brandy, you are stewed, and you are a buttwad.
And didn't you meet her in Hawaii where you grew up?
No.
Yeah, you were at a fucking local bar.
In goddamn Hawaii.
You were
at a local Waikiki bar.
You're right. Weren't you? Like,
we were in goddamn Hawaii.
That's where you met her. I remember this. You told me all about this. Yeah. Hold on, Johnny. Where did you meet her again?
We were in goddamn Hawaii.
Okay, and where in Hawaii were you at again?
At a local Waikiki bar.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
It's true. That's true. Dude, I can't wait until next week. Like, it sucks that you know, we're cruising into, we're bringing it in for a landing, because, I mean, that's like 5 days away.
Yeah, you know?
Sucks.
And you said you also grew up in Washington, right? In D.C.?
Yep.
Washington.
Where was it again?
Washington.
He sounds so unimpressed.
You also were in another place, I think, with the Yard Cats. It was it El Dorado?
El Dorado.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember now.
That's actually true.
And for our friends that are mourning, let's have a moment of silence for
Manhattan.
Well, yeah.
God save you all. Happy Patriot Day,
dude. Everybody, if you are mourning, if you are, you know, somebody who's, you know, vet, police, anything, fireman, anything, we love you guys. Thank you all so much. And, you know, everybody, peace, love, happiness.
No matter how it went down, whether it's a inside job, outside job, terrorists, not terrorists.
The fact is that it happened.
It happened. Yeah,
and it was
really
terrible.
did, yeah.
So,
and we're all here for them, and
yeah.
you know, we should observe this day as it's been properly labeled as
our
Patriot Day.
Our hearts go out to everybody that, you know, that's feeling it on today, and I think we all are, and everybody in their own way. But I think that if you are an American, if you live in this country and you were here when this happened, you know, everybody processes stuff differently. But this happened to all of us. I'm not trying to make it about me, because it's way worse if you lost someone or if you, God forbid, got lost.
Of course. Yeah.
But this happened to us on another level too. On a level past, aside from all that, it happened to the country. It happened to us as a people. And the one thing, a lot of people reference this, I did like when afterwards everybody kind of got, hey, well, we're America, though. You're America, I'm America, we're America.
Haven't we proven that as our friendship has progressed?
Exactly.
That's what it is. And I'm not talking because you're a black guy and I'm a white guy. I'm talking about because we've discussed things like, just shut up with your fake outrage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come together when it comes to stuff like this.
Right.
Let comedy be comedy. All those things have a little bit to do with that coming together. And I think that by us and other people like us discussing it in that nature, then indeed we are actually coming together. And it's like I told you in the elevator, it's 10% of people trying to convince us that they're the 60%.
Yep.
But in reality, kill your TV. And when we go through our days, most of the time, and I'm sure it's harder for an African American, and I totally get that, dude. But for the most part, I think most people are good people.
Same shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what you see on TV is a lot different than reality. It really is.
And you got to remember, just to touch on what you said right there at the end, real quick. The news, what you see, even on the internet, I don't care where you go, you got to seek out real sources. No matter what side, you got to seek out the raw sources, because the news is spun 7 ways before you even get a hold of it.
Big time, man.
You know what I mean?
Terrible.
So and that's not conspiracy shit.
Journalism is dead, dude.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, that's not a conspiracy. That's real. You can look this shit up. You know what I mean?
Well, mainstream journalism is dead, and there's still outlets out there. You know, you can find
because the internet gave a forum to everybody who wants to be a journalist or considers themselves.
And it also gave you and I the opportunity to look at the mainstream and say, well, hold on a second.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I love that about all of this. So listen, Johnny, thank you for coming in tonight.
Thank you so much for having me. I'll be here next time too.
Yeah,
and then the next time after that.
And Brandy, thank you for tolerating us. I appreciate that. I'm dying over here.
She won't. You guys enjoy, and but she won't be here next time. I think.
Well, she's got an open invitation.
Yeah,
anytime she wants.
Next time I'm coming straight from work, so I'll just drive myself.
That's cool.
It's whatevs.
Stop crashing, please.
I'm not going to crash into anything anymore. It's
Listen,
all good.
also real quick, check out John LeBang coming up at 11 on the Iron, ironbroadcast.com. Also, check out Open Mic Live Thursday nights from 7 to 9, and then also nitwit.tv from 9ish Eastern, 10ish Central, and then Friday nights, SpicoliTV.com. We're out of here, dude. So
peace, guys.
We'll see you next week.
Thanks, Johnny. You're welcome.
Hey, yo, this is the original Guido, Skinny Vinny, wrestling manager at ACW, and you're listening to the Kevin Hawley Show. Why? Because your mother told you not to. Turn the freaking volume up, you monkey.
Wow.
Everybody, get ready. Tomorrow, November 17th. 2015, it's the Kevin Hawley Show, live from 8 to 11. It's Wednesday. And if you call in tomorrow, you can speak to a live Syrian refugee just recently transplanted from the middle of who hell knows where. And you can call us at 727-657-3686. And you too can speak to him and ask questions that everybody in America's dying to know right now on the Kevin Hawley Show, because we bring it, and we bring it